7 FM ewo enkran hyiasi na yebutu a ye ba wonchen ene anwumre se wutie wo Asante Mantamu so a eye Kingdom 100.1 ewo Kumase amafo ewo sunyan etie ewo Kingdom 99.3 FM a no so wo sunyan afi tamalefo etie ewo Kingdom 105.7 ewo Tamale enti Tamale yendi nimpotamu nyina nso de musumu kura mu afi the Volta region any OT region ekitaimu ewo Kingdom 105.9 oba Eastern region and Koko Kingdom 105.7 afi na waba eye takrade erin potemu tadi for ensukremu ewo Kingdom 107.5 Cape Coast ekitaimu Kingdom 96.9 FM Mankasim ekraimu ewo Kingdom 106.1 your Facebook Kingdom 107.7 FM on Facebook Kingdom 107.7 FM on Facebook sanso na oko Kingdom ewo Kingdom TV on Facebook nso a ehon so sadwumadi obehu na watimi ahwebi na ifo se na nyema ebesi akọ me ne wo kasai don hwere bese dubako 11 hours na Ghana yakwa akoto santen ayeko akoto aba na yedi ayi omampani ene emrahye bedwafo yakwa akoto aba muntie ni yepa na yedi ayi omampani ede ama oman Ghana na yasan so ayi emrahye bedwafo enu tie nyina ewo chefa nyina wa asede a se yitimi eye na yede eboa this particular process na yitimi hwede sunsun ebedwa brode hom sana esi etie yewo 25 constituencies I said jina ho 275 constituencies I said jina ho ma 275 coalition centers. It was 16 regional coalition centers. And from the polling station about to call the constituency coalition center na akọ the regional coalition center and sana ba electoral commission headquarters. And sana esi etie no me no eka say se aba ekwakotu ye were 38,632 polling stations were all the 275 constituencies no emu se ye ka say me no eken ye were registered voters 17,027,641 17,027,641 omo ena ekoto aba they decided the fate of Ghana for the next 4 years. Enti ochina ye hwenu mu se nipa nyina no obi abetimi apie ana majority ebetimi apie na omo aba beto aba na yebekom na yede emu nchechirimu ankasa ede abro the National Security Task Force and also Election Security Task Force no etimi detect 62,794 flashpoints 62,794 flashpoints for election 2020. The region with the highest flashpoint, and can say hold on, wait your answer. The region with highest flashpoint is Ashanti region. Ashanti region ekita 975 flashpoints. Second, Central region 906 flashpoints. The third, Eastern region 891 flashpoints. Over Greater Accra region 500 flashpoints. I me wan say Greater Accra region 500 flashpoints. Na Central region 905 flashpoints. According to the National Security Task Force, afei Northern region ekita 393, Upper East region ekita 345 flashpoints, Upper West and so ekita 292, Western region ekita 323 flashpoints, afei so Western North omukita 292 flashpoints, the Volta region ekita 275 flashpoints, and afei OT region ekita 261. Tema ofa Ghana police for omo consider Tema as a region. So Tema region, according to Ghana Police Service, ekita 189 flashpoints. The Bono region ekita 179, and the Savannah region ekita 129, and the Bono East ekita 118, and Western North region and ekita the list which is 64 flash points nti wei ene ne hye a ewo so enno ye ba be bobo ewura enipa ebeto aba no emu but ye ndika hwe wei ansa per the 2016 register 2020 register no na esesa nka enipa to special vote nanom adwa de twam na nka enipa no eye 109,577 ye to aba no wie no ye say population of about 85% and it's in betraba, but enipa no 13%, 13,000 and ya de omutimi etwaba in the special voting 13,000 sa 13,000 yentimi antwaba yi omuntimi ento ababiem 13,000 na entimi antwaba no omuntimi ntwaba ochina na enye omunko a enipa 21,887 enso wo ho a omunso ntimi ntwaba tieni pa enipa 13,000 edi ewo special voters list mu a na esan kana no omoto aba Tuesday no omankwa nkoto sa nkrofo no per the laws I dey to aba no enya de ombetimi ato aba biem eno achi no enipa 21,887 bi wonu mu a omuso kotwero mudin but omuntimi nto aba obisa sadenti a okay tieni yem e two list ba ko ye fe no exceptional list sa exceptional list no exceptional list no ekita 13,997 registered voters omo ye nkrofo a electoral commission identify omo say ebia obi ye minor obi eye bibi ti say foreigner aba betro ni din obi wo hono mo a ba bia enso tro ni din ni sanema no omo nko ano eye 13,997 ena omo nso eye multiple registration obi a otro ni din bro ba ko no electoral commission hye mu no ene emra ye de bo abaton ban no wo say nipa ne nya de obetin atro din enti omo nso ye 7,890 so sankrofo komien entimi ntu aba ochina a ye kwakoto aba no afei momi ehese ne a abato no edintro no esitie ye fa regional breakdown no enfamra na wahu said regions no etie so afei production moma yenkom enti total number of registered voters and the whole screen ne so a uhu ne sa no enti total number of registered voters no ena ye de atoso no enti wo hwe said ye si etie na a regional basis ena ye de ema enanwumre Kingdom TV and Kingdom FM ena jese ye di sedwumai e de ema enti se wo hwa obehu se esoro ho pe at the left top corner eye upper west region okita wo hwe upper west region na se wo hwe total number of registered voters are eye 469,753 and no ye upper west region ofa upper east region upper east ekita nipa 659,317 and also ye upper east na fe wafa aye the northeast region okita just 289,529 registered voters and no aye northeast region na wafa the savannah region no ekita 298,404 registered voters and no aye for savannah region after the northern region and so ekita 1,050,016 registered voters that is for the northern region eti mo share Facebook mo ti radio no mo log onto Facebook Kingdom 107.7 on Facebook Kingdom 107.7 on Facebook and amon TV so se see Kingdom TV ye de ayi figures ni nyina egu ho na wa hwese de atiem afa me firi ho no mo a me de okọ eye the Bono region no ho TV ni so a omo no mo hye kona ho no mo a omo yi ni ye pink no obon say Bono region as a light pink bisa omo kita 653,378 that is Bono region for you na fe wafa orange no deep orange no eye Bono east registered voters no eye 594,610 and no eye for Bono east afe ofa light green no eye ahafo region no ekita 316,970 registered voters for Ahafo region. Afe baby a gold yellow no and no ye Ashanti region. And the Ashanti region the second most populous region Ghana according to the 2020 registered voters register no okita 3,019,717 patcho production monko back mame monko back na yenhwe figures no enfama yes afi so ye kwa Western North ekita 468,683 and no Western North Western region ekita 1,187,333 and afi Central region ekita 1,567,756 now wafa Eastern region light orange and also ekita 1,641,050 na fe wafa Oti region and move we can say violet and 358,520 552 na fe voter region 924,116 and the most populous region according to the voters register Greater Accra region. Greater Accra kita 3,528,996 and say and register no see etie any enipa ewum wo hwe TV a Kingdom TV and wo hwe obetimi so adwen ne Facebook na wo de wadwen kire no so ade aba na wakwa akohwe ne ekoso ewo enti we ye for the regional breakdown afi production ye hwe enipa ema sen ewum emema sen so na ewum ye hwe ema sen and the womb. It is a woko a year over a yina chat na ya to na. Obehu se 70,27,641 na atro mudino. Emu 8,217,358 eye emema. Aye jina ho edema 48.26%. Ena emu aye 8,810,283. Ejina ma 51.7% and so ma it's a Ghana ma atro mudin na decide say omo to ama one candidate sa candidate no they betimi anya more than 50% plus one na odi adi nkunim wo sa election a ye ba be kono emu afa ye hwese age wise no saying na esi etiem ye hwe ni atro mudin between the ages of 18 and then 20 between the ages of 18 and 20 and then the wall screen any no ento hwe TV a anasa o tie radio so a log onto Facebook now Kingdom 107.7 on Facebook. The ages between 18 and 21 regional breakdown there minkum because a dozen I say bere ebetia but one kasa betimi ahwe screen no ye man ada so kakra na wahwe enipa between ages of 18 and 21 no omododo 2,635,050 2,635,050 ejina homa 15.5%. Enti out of 17 million extra atro mudino emu 2,635,050 eye emebu between ages and 21 enna eno okakabom na tifima eye 15.5%. 15.5%. Afei ya standing kakra bi nkwa akire na ye fa the ages of 18 and 35. The ages of 18 and 35. Obehu say we no na doso pa any patron with the group na atron with nyina this particular age group no na edosom sa age group we omukita 9,375,515 9,375,515 ejinama 55.1%. 55.1%. Eti enipa enya between the ages of 18 and 35 e decide say omo to ama one candidate omo nko abetimi ayi omampani ewo Ghana omo nko abetimi ayi omampani ewo Ghana Election Center ena gedi hu ejuma ediamoyi so ye firi hono a ye hwe omo anya 36 to 45 the ages of 36 to 45 almost the no hono almost ye 3,100,000 314,935. 3,314,935. Almost gyina hɔ ɛma 19.5%. Nti almost do a ɛkyɛ sɛ ɛwɔ mu ɛno ne ages of 36 to 45. Afei yɛhwɛ 45 ɛnso so ɛkɔ wɔn a ɛnya ɛyɛ age 45 ɛnso ɛkɔ sɛ wɔn so yɛ sɛn 45 to 55. Nti hwɛ 45 to 55 no a original breakdowns no ɛna yɛde ato o screen no ani, but total number of voters ɛwɔ saa age bracket no ɛyɛ 2,078,550. Gyinama 12.2%. Gyinama 12.2%. Nti ɛno ɛyɛ ɛho ɛnso nea efiri hɔ ɛde ɛba. Na ohwɛ the other age group 56 and 65 ɛnso a 56 and 65 no ɛyɛ 1,289,491. ɛno nso gyina hɔ ma 7.6%. Nti ages of 56 and 75 no ɛnso ɛyɛ 7.6%. ɛna ɔmo nso ɔmo age bracket a ɛwɔ hɔ 66 and 75. Nti 66 and 75 no ɔmo nnɔɔso bebree. Ɔmo yɛ just about 3.7% pɛ. Numbers na ɛwɔ hɔ no ɛyɛ 628,099. ɛna kyerɛ sɛ wɔn nso ɛwɔ hɔ. ɛna afei ɔmo a ɛnya 70 years ɛkɔ ɔmo ne year group a ɔmo sua koraa ɛno yɛ 341,051. ɛno gyina hɔ ma 2%. ɛna ɛwɔ hɔ nom. Eti mo a mohwɛ yɛn no ɛyɛ Kingdom TV ɛna wohwɛ Ghana Election Center ɛwɔ Medo Ghana so ɛna yɛde ɛma ɔkyena yɛrekɔ akoto aba so facts any figures no ɛna yɛde egu hɔ ɛde ɛma wi utie radio so a kɔ TV no so Kingdom TV na kɔhwɛ anase kɔ Facebook Kingdom 107.7 na kɔkɔhwɛ bi na onsofo adwenkyerɛ ɛto yɛ Facebook no so na yɛnkenkan ɛmfama nkasa afei ma yɛmfa candidate na contest election no na yɛnhwɛ adeɛ yɛwɔ 12 candidates. Yɛwɔ 11 political parties and yɛwɔ 1 independent candidate. Yɛwɔ 12 candidates, 11 political party and yɛwɔ 1 independent candidate. On the ballot paper, first candidate His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Candidate, the sitting president and candidate for the New Patriotic Party. When you're 76 years, and to show phone in any TV in Israel, any idea to Nana Esreno. The profession or a lawyer. The highest qualification in terms of education, BS as a Bachelor of Science, Economics, and so the marital status, Nana Aware, and she or no any the first on the ballot paper, number 1. A New Patriotic Party, 76 years, lawyer by profession, okita a friend is a Bachelor of Science, Economics, or you're married. And the second candidate on the paper, I'll be who Ochina, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the former president and candidate for the NDC, on so 61 years of age. Ojina Emma NDC, the profession or a media and communication specialist. Now, the highest education, a postgraduate diploma, communication studies. Onunso oyobia waware. Enti onunso na dahwa onwenwe kama on your ballot paper. Enti ochina ono any the second candidate obehuno John Dramani Mahama for the NDC. After the third candidate obehuno on your ballot paper ochina Andrews Kwabena a Christian Kwabena Andrews, Christian Kwabena Andrews, also for Chinabosom, Ojinama Ghana Union Movement, a friend Gum, na over 55 years. The profession or a teacher stroke pastor, Okita teacher's certificate A, also call 4 years. The marital status, Waware, and your soft for Chinabosom and a dow screen enia, or Tosumi and Sa, onuso onyenwe kama say onuso ochina or henu se mobeto aba e de amano. Number 4 candidates on your paper Ivor Kobena Green Street. Ivor Kobena Green Street. No the presidential candidate for the Convention People's Party. Ivor Kobina Green Street. Aha, enti yede na yibeto osisi a na onso ahu ebi anakora nipa no matete omudin aso mo nhyɛ da ni momu ye enipa ɔkyena mo yede omokogina mato mo so aba na yede kyerɛ mu. So Kobina Green Street a lawyer by profession, the highest educational qualification or a professional lawyer or say the marital status a divorce we jaware 54 years of age. Kobina Green Street or a candidate for the Convention People's Party. Enti onosuna or sre kama humanim se ochna mobeto aba ediamano. So Kobina Green Street on your screen, Ghana Election Center. Afei the fifth candidate no Mame Ekwia Donko or say no Mame Ekwia Donko tosunum ochna on your ballot paper. Ghana Freedom Party. The symbol KWAKU any abe or 65 years of age, the profession or a farmer stroke politician, the highest qualification, nil, education, one kobi, the marital status or a married, waware, intimamia kradonko, and a abatwa ye koto channel or tosso inum. Mamia kradonko, and a esre esho enim, ewo screen so se ochana, obeto aba ede amano. So mamia kradonko, 65 years of age, farmer, a teacher, farmer and a politician, one co school, the marital status, and so and yede atuonum. Afe yamfa onia otoso insia on your ballot paper ochina. Dr. Henry Herbert Latte. Dr. Henry Herbert Latte. Great Consolidated Popular Party. Nifodin the Dasuno number 6. Na or 66 years of age. The profession or a finance, agro-business and international trade. Highest qualification, educational, MBA, economics and finance. Or say or a single on warrior into more search in the beer, betime huno. Into 66 years of age, finance, agro-business and international trade. Afe MBA, economics and finance. And or a single. On there number 6 on the ballot paper, Ochna. Kobina, Dr. Henry Herbert Latte, and also more number 8 on your ballot paper. And so a beba ochna, a tipi panama, obehun ochna. Your friend no passive Kofi Akpalu. Number 8. The logo a computer. And the Kofi Akpalu on your screen. Obehun say or your 49 years of age. 49 years of age. Oni mami jogbonu go break jogbonu go so mu ba kon and the youngest. Kofi Akpalu accountant. Oh, okay. Kofi Akpalu accountant by profession. Kofi Akpalu accountant by profession. Na Kofi Akpalu say ono se wo hwe said ya opese oye president no a ono so the highest qualification accountancy MBA and HSA strategic management and Kofi Akpalu so ekura ono so ede ebae enka production mo hwe no na mo hwe eso Kofi Akpalu so aware Kofi Akpalu aware enti ono so ne de enonom so only number 8 ewo ayi ni so obehun say the screen no eso no eno so ewo so ono the youngest candidate so far 49 years of age, the youngest 49 years of age, Percival Kofi Akpalu of the Liberal Party of Ghana LPG, Liberal Party of Ghana LPG. So yebeko achire yebeko we na fe yeba akọ bridge to yefa number 11 na 11 na chiri no yemehwe okay yefa number 9 ni owura David Apasara of the PNC. David Apasara ewo 58 years in the profession or a social worker or a bachelor degree or a married or na age na the the PNC. Okay, the bonugu dia no ebeba so ye betra eno production eye ho adwuma ye betra eno na yakọ the number 11 na na kunadu Ajimai Rollins of NDP, 72 years of age, a management consultant and then married nansenya na nikunu afiri mu na kunadu Sria Kama or so ehwe yenim. And then number 12 on the paper ouchna mo be hu no Alfred Kwame Asiedu Walker on the only political party bia or ye independent candidate Alfred Kwame Esiedu Walker only political party or ye independent candidate ono so ochina ojina se ombehwe na omato no so aba so we ye enipa maako edu mienu ochina omujina se ebeto omo so aba na okọ various constituencies ni so ehon so enipa ni bi nso ejina ho a yehwe na yato omo so aba so yemfa Kwame Esiedu Walker no yemfa Kwame Esiedu Walker yes ono so ye independent candidate 64 years of age or ye design engineer okitane masters ono so aware enti ono so ne ho abakwasem kakra yegwo de emamo enno enti ochina aba ye kwa akoto no enipa mo behu omo ewo ballot paper no so ena ye de amawi Ghana Election Center so ena information nyina no wonsa ebeka no nsem nyina no ena obeti no enti ubeko Facebook Kingdom 107.7 FM na odo message no ato na ya kenkan ede amount sadia da bia yedi sa adwuma yi a ye ne politicians na edi ye kwa akoto aba ochina yempe politics watimi wakame so ene monte politician bi anka ye ne yempanifo tenase omo a omo adwene eduru bunumu eba election related issues na eni omo aye analysis na ya hwese the outcome of the election no sign the BCI won so views any opinions very important to us and ti won so be call Facebook Kingdom 107.7 na ode o message aba na ya kenkan ede amount and then NDC for a press conference before NDC for advertise on their press conference NPP for issue statement say koto aba ene da yenya politics yenya campaign nti omo ntia se ni nti NDC for press conference na ye ka se obi be wi abam obi snatch ballot box ye ese ya NDC for ni di kan a omo di bi ba Ghana ha se nti obi be sa na ye omo NDC for sa ensem no any other related issues nya no se brebe mu a bia ye bedi ho enkomo but enye priority ne ye priority ni se edien na se Ghana ni ehwe na odi atoaba adien ene sese Ghana ni ehwe na odi atoaba na ye bisa won so se adien na obehwe ansa na watoaba afi eno very important issue edmaya esie nu mienu edwendwene ho na edi ho nkomo enanwumre bedin edi KWAKU DAWURO Ghana Election Center on Kingdom Medo Ghana dwumadie eso ye nam Ghana fa na nyina ye betwa ho na yaje adwadi nkrato aba ye ba opani bi atena se okita ensem akasie bi a edika editie yare ne bedi sankomo no ewia na ye ne political analyst no any governance expert for so atena se na yadwen Ghana ho bidi ede KWAKU DAWURO stay tuned enko ba bia
Kingdom Plus 101.9 Kingdom TV, can you imagine? Mintimrim kontonkrunkru of Phantom Fraud Amra so that yam one coin yankopo ayabi afunankopon powerful me pacho begin your D4 abembum but don't for me person catch us me did you make be but protocol money be see oba David nyabi usu betime nyabi but for me kanfo e de oba Kingdom Plus 101.9 every Monday, I copy Friday, and I pass 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock. I know by your shit. Oh, you had and see. I didn't hear when you mean some. We never find them quite. I'm an unquoting yet delivered with the amount. Which I feel so. Protocol all night. Our Kingdom TV show. Yeah, what now? 12:30. I copy 2:30. Yeah, get the program. The normal coyer man, you are a problem. Who was the problem? The day I saw you a Jumem. I didn't be also man. I miss it. Be did this. I never find them quite. I'm a baby. I find. Shiame. Program way. I know by your day. I know. Ebe ye osha fire
de determination
Abusia yamamo akwaba biem de ba Medo Ghana dwumadi so ewo Kingdom TV ene Kingdom FM eso entimadi kan abo amane ye ba abetwetwen enkomo na ene ebo na otwepepepa Ghana Mampani His Excellency the President of Ghana ene Ghana for ebedi enkomo munim se COVID eba yi wa series of national address ene Mampani ebe address omeyi ansana yako akoto aba ochina ede asem no Mampani ebe ka che Ghana for so ye behwe sa ensem no na yaka ho asem but before that no also for anaso D4 Alex Nana Kwesi Crown of Christ ewo kaswa ewo menchen wo ha ene anwumre na ye de ye ne emienu omuso de omani ye nan sunsumu na omo koma sore omo se sunsun wiase no ye hunu sei sunsun wiase no ye hunu sei enti ochina in less than 11 hours and I say 12 hours no Ghana for ebe couples yakwa akoto aba sunsun wiase no adien na wo ho adien na wo sunsun wiase sunsun wiase adien na wo ho odifo majo
oh mejo sueja
na ho te sen
oh pacho nyame adum boko
bibia boko
nyame adum
na aka be se 12 hours so na ye koto aba mahwe petita kram
oh bibia e boko aja ne so wani ti asofo de na se yehye bush ne ade na yedi mpaye ne niema se asumdue ne ade be koso wa babia nti so far na de asumdue de yehu say is granted nti yede nyame ase wo ho se nyame adoma a wo kyena no asumdue no be koso awreni amobi akoto na aba peacefully wasan aba ne fie peacefully abra bibia ntimi nkoso na yenuama police for ne ade no so wo ho se omo bua ama bibia ye fefefe se de da ya omo ye no nti we ne bia sida nye this is not the first time de bia ye mane ye asundue fefefe ti ye gidi se o kyena so sa pepepe na be ya
okay quickly no and now one penny be kasa so yen said that any ebre bebre but ya hwe say adien na mo amo sunsun mu ani mu hunu efa this particular election
okay me momu de no kreni bibia ekoso a ya grace bia individual bi wo nyame nam so timi mame hu ya de ekoso bia na de esi bia no ya me hu ana meka ba no mare ya na most of them no ya yemfa ma abonten yemfa ma meka say of late time ni say ya na ye mu biwa ya na asofo no biwa sikasem kra na ne ma eden say wo ye nyame adwuma na ye no kremu na wo nanti nyame akwan mu ayedi a it's not about said ye sebe na bia ye na bia wo mo asia ma ministry na ye na emum wo kɔ no said ye usuro nyame nti ana wodi nyame suro ye dia ya na sikasem mu ne niam sometimes no enti bi kura wontimi nya sika na nsem bi wodi aba enso bia na wonim wo ba bi enti tambia na nyame eden nsem ekoso ne niam nyina aba meka say nye nne na nyame start ye ebra na satan ye mampanyini a sabi wanya ne ba bi ko prayer former president Mills na ansana sa bana no moto no ene say satan na me wo snitch obeka say we wini aba no ema eno no ma amfa ma ba me keka kire nkrofo a ema bam so mutu no 2 times o kaya obeka kire me e wo hunhum aspect
nya me ka kire hunhum
ono ba unse nipa wi a ye we no ye
Professor Mills ne ba
me ho in the realms of the spirit ebe ka kire me so we wini aba no ema me ka kire nkrofo sa we ni hunhum asem so that say ema ba mu sa me ka say 2016 ye hostu me wo Kasapa FM pato hostu me wo Kasapa FM ema me ka sa asem ne sa enti 2016 no na de wini ni won side no nanado ma me kan wo ho ba mu sa ba me obi ansra me bebre no kura nim me wo Kasapa FM
okay
enti me kan no wo ho
2016
dear
okay all right nti abusiafo odifo Alex Nana kwesi and I don't know AD and come so no ye previous prediction my ye particular this election ye kwakoye no chine Again, na wahunu wohunhu
won say de ntia normally na ye di nkomo am static kakra free on say eniema bi wo ho a na me pa kire say de asibia na de abetwam bia no eye na nyame edanadi nti na you can do without the aba betwam akọ nti na me de kakra example akire no na this year wo kan de wo kina nyame ya adom a
ye beto
ye ba beto no sunsum afamu de wo ho ne say as a party akase mienu boxing wo ringing ye hunhum picture no into all of a sudden no na ba ko akofom ya ka ba ko ahye na ba ko picture enti me hweye no na nana picture afri boxing na konwa si wo sa no abetena so na nkrofo ne nam nanim ne ye chiachia no so ade ase enti boxing no mu be den ba nana no besan afa saa na honhum no etie saa da ayi bi be koso de a ene na mintimi hu bat sei na honhum no etie wo ho
sei na honhum
no etie na honhum no so no eye se bibia si ansa na abahonamani enti me ka se tema na ye to ababa ko bi court ayi no election no saa ta na me fellowship wo broadcaster me hu si ye de cha hye ye former president John Dramani Mahama ye de cha hye no ampa so wo wini ye de che ne hye no na kire winning enti saa victory no wo fire enti tamane ye hostu kasapa kra me sa kan saa asem no ho so enti bibia be koso bia no nyame da nadi me ka se na eje ba be hye atomic junction so wo kaya do gas de no me koka wo papa kwasi ndum ne radio station bi na wo breku me koka wo ho e ma no so ba musa what I say and then if you nansanya ya ye other former president the leader of men can say
the founder of
NDC party na tema sabe obe nyame fa ne kransi na nsi nya MC nya mponsie no ye wo ba abefiri mu ye na me wo ha me hu se NDC flag aba mobile phone so te sabe yanka Facebook ni ya aba top entina fa me hu sabe ya papa mahama wa ye yi and wo say oh abeg nti wa na me frɛ patu one na yibe ono me won live content and am can say public issue bi ba besi nti ma hu se ndc frag na ba from so na me hu se ya papa president former president mama wa ba so no say abeg ampa awie ni mu na asem no
so for we no say election day ya wo kan say hu this election say na na do be say we ni ya wo da na wo so da ye ana me ne se wote wa me ne wote hu na wo hunu ana se wo honhom dan bi a okohu sa ne me
wonderful enya honhom dan bi wo se de nyame efa ne obi akasa so ade ase wo se de nyame ene obi akasa me ka se sa term 2016 kasapa me my examples bi abra na pato e host me no me ka se na obi ti se Joseph na nyame ne be kasa eso na daye so ehu eno no ye we anyame ene ne kasafa so adase ena enyu ono so nko a ye wo nkrofo bibre ho a awurade nam kwanhoro bi so ne omoye den e kasa enti ye depend how nyame fa so ne wo e kasa ena ba mu watima hu se de nyame pa obi wo kra nyame kasa egu wasom ama bi a wote ne clear ena bi so a wo hu ye fre bi so open vision te se me no te he ya nyame betima bie mani sisi a no ma kan asem bi a den
acho wo de ne basen
oh me de who say nsem bi wa untimi metimi operate both sides ina ada semada nyame betimi aba ne mabedi nkomo ana se metie nyame betimi bie mani sisi aka asema kyerɛw eno so ye different and all together so that say
ebi no mo anye mo asofo ni bi prediction say no ni bi because aba beto ye si o mo yesa se ne be ya ni obewi ni no na monya
bibia na say oh some na make kasa me 2016 no pato host me wo kasapa FM me wo bi ama me hwe party bi amesra me nothing bebre omu ni mimpo eno an say dodo na ate me nka wo FM station e wo kasapa that time 2016 omote me nka keke but obi ampo nim me
we no a wo so hu se
we ne ye hunhum asem
ne hunhum
hunhum no
enti we
da
sa oyi chire ba ebresen ni
oh ali yi anum an e ba ya
ali ebetime ba kra se asesa
enti well ana me ka tro say hunhum de say ne da ho se changes bi be koso wo hunhum ho de a ene I don't know ba we kura me no kan madi kan wo TV3 dada ma ka sa asem ya wo TV3
na adetina ayi brei ben a election ben wo nsan enkonyame no mu bi mu hwese sa vision na wonya ne no ana wo ho
wonderful what busa fantastic question but one thing is about mentrao sa quotation me kotu wo kasapa abra 2016 ye call ho no one say 2 Kings chapter 20 and ye kan Hezekiah ho asem ye ka say sa wo hene no na o yare ba bewu na nyame soma ne difo Elijah so onko kantere so mo abo an ho no ba bewu say what is our story ne da ema odifo no koma message ni wie no wo dan ni a wo koye no papa no eni nyame tentam bompaye so adase enti abra odifo no enam ne kwan mu a wo kɔ no sabe se woduru ba bi mpo se woduru a alert bi san ba ema odifo no se won san kɔ back enko kantere no se na ye dey eko na ono awurade o hye se asoma si ba bewu asan ye dey a change na adwe no de mfie se be kan ho ba we dey alert foforo bi ansan nyamba
alert foforo bi ama nti ne wo ho no a
de ye hu wo ho no ne da
vision no na wo ho se na na be di nkunum ba how many percent and no de mu
we no de na me ka se menfa we ntwam kakra me 2016 me hu ne se na nana ete ye president what take white car eno me kan say yawo your friend say Kasapa radio station and wasi a won nante ba nam say we victory ba satana this for so enam tie road so the speed pa because satana no movement pa but wo nam tie road so mko all of a sudden no mo shatare sa na me kan wo Kasapa ho wo nsa pa ena ba mu pepepe sa ba mi obi amesra mi obi ampo nimme so that say into this time around no say so na wo hunhum ho but me who changes
change bia
me who change bia ho
okay nti abusua ye ne odifo Alex Nana Kwasi na edi enkomo ewo Medo Ghana so maka cho se ebo na otwe a Ghana mampani ene ebedi enkomo nti ebo na otwe ne odifo ebewie odifo what say wunu anamaso bi nso ahyenkom se former president Mahama Besen Wini abesa babe so what is commission
oh fine
na soft penny agina sare bi sase say ebinum say Mahama be wini ebinum say Akufo be wini nyame kure anso na order ne ho adi kire mo nyame foforo bi ana say fe de nyankopon no we be say why confused ana
well na depend me momo de die nyame beka bia na say die menya ameka bia no etene sa ne ba ya depende die bia obi ase bia wahu ana bibi etesa so that say me say na me ka say sa court sa wo kai sa
election petition
2012 me hu say ya hye your former president Mahama ne ya hye ne che ma me keka kire nkrofo satana me ye fellowship broadcaster me keka kire nkrofo sa na ba mu sa football nyina nyame yi make say football bia
football nyina otiminya
football nyina everything bibia koso bia nyame yi kire me ba bebre na memeka football bi on boy a sa ma na de nsa wi ball no free ai phone mo wo kai sa yi na eno say na me hu say nkokọ ne ntuntum bobo na no mu bo no mfuturu sometimes say de ya nyame yi vision no bi no ye bi wo ho a say wo apra wadwen na watimi understand it they all patchere enti nkokọ ne ntuntum bom futuro no mehu ya ne ahye ntuntumfo no 2-1 wan se de mehu ya no nso saa ball na em se penalty na ye dey
penalty
na mo de boy nso ne nyina nko Messi no ye ntuntumfo ne ye dey efiri mu so wan se de tie mehu ne saa de so ana mehu se ayi saa ba na o kan ne ahye ye former president Mahama ya hye ne che
ebi enkom se any politics any abato ebi aka se se nyame yi bibi sei kire mu a wadwe mu no fo se ehu hia se mo ba abonten de betudwa na se bi a ye bo ho mpae wo kokoa mu
won say sometimes no se nyame yi bibi kire a na sometimes no woka so a ɛyɛ establish so that say woka asɛm no a ɛyɛ establish because we say na asɛm nkɔ wɔn so na ma na asɛm a ɛbɛba voided so that say nti asɛm no have to go and accomplish a purpose nti say whenever nyame ka asɛm na woka asɛm no a asɛm no establish so that say nti wotena kokoa mu bɔ mpaeɛ sɛ deɛ woka na ɛyɛ ɛna wantena kokoa mu so a well ɛno so yɛ ba ni nyinaa no ɛyɛ asa deɛ woka no ni nyinaa yɛ ni yie mu ni nyinaa yɛ ni yie mu nti woka na esi a nimonyam hyɛma awurade so that say nyame a woka saa asɛm no
ɛyɛ enipa ebe wini ma mimi sa say mo na mo ti sunsumu asɛm asɛm na nyankopɔn kasa mo ti nyankopɔn ne ɛde nyame hwɛ ansa na wayeli da bi wɔ man mu ye man mu
unsa God is not a respecter of person nyame de wotimi ankonam no ɛyɛ na nyame atwale ɛnyɛ sɛ bia wo hwɛ wo bibia na bibisa because madi kan sɛ nyɛ obi papa dodo bi a wayɛ ana ne mfunso bi a wayɛ ana sɛ bibia te sa but what I believe is sometimes no nyame timi sesa nneemam wɔn na si hene na wotu hene what I say at a particular time particular season nti ya wotimi balance nneema sometimes nti de ya wayɛ ready sɛ wɔbɛyɛ no ɛno na yɛ ɔde message ne ba ma adifo no nsa ka bi
okay
what I say na wo mu atimi ahyɛ
empempi no was a won kom say die condition ne mante say ya mompa ya bibi say
deɛ he no
me yeta atem commission bi yɛso na nyankopɔn se na na do be wini nanso ya mompa ya obi betimi agye afiri ne nsɛm ba wo de emphatic ɔkyena ekosi brada ekosi wukuada wo ka kyerɛ me ne matiefo sɛ ne mahwefo sɛ yɛto abawi a na nado ebe the next president of Ghana
wonderful unsa me kasa no me say de da honhum ne ne honhum say ne da ho ana ubusa question bi say ubusa other question bi ama me ka say alert bi anya de
me say o say LDC na hu ya me say LDC a changes bi ama
ya na wonderful na me say alert bi ama so that say changes bi ama nti changes bi ama na de na che say de da honhum no so that say no de nyame na eye na ade and what they assemble by on said the Bible no Amos 3:7 yes awurade nye bibi I just wa ka kire anadifo ansa enti say bibi bana nyame adanadi a adifo no ho kwan say omu ka so wo sika na say maybe obetuma akoto time and has say you will say de be kwa akoka and I make say me ana bebre me share with people because of say bia uni sika wo de be kwa akoka
ye to abe o kyana na say wonkom say ya amemu
oh, sir, no dear, me need nothing to lose because a vision about a macan vision. Said the
MPP ni.
Me MPP, me any
can we send a bear go for the to about China to MPP.
Oh, Debbie. Now some make can cram and come back for us. Me de can say 2018 your friends say na your former president will say when you baby ko. Because say satem no. Obe katrem se no wini ema me katre satan sa ono ne ta na mo snit ema me kan wo snit ho ema ba mu sa na 2012 me hu si ahye ye former president ni ahye ne che eno so me kan ho a wo ko ho sisi a nipa don bebre na 2016 eno so me kan bi wo ta me se me wo kaso a me kan wo ta me sabontin sa no mo yo mu rally ema ba mu na me san be kan wo kasapa FM station ho so what I say
and so 2020 dey so wo kan hase
na 2020 dey wo kan am say 2020 dey you know but di kan kra kan o TV3 na honhom no dey say ne da ho so that say ntimi dey honhom dey no maka
senya me
nya say me tai obi ati
me asem wo honhom nya me asem say kirem na honhom a e dey na nipa na asem ne fa na hono betimi aye a e ma sa dey we mam
sometimes no nya me yi ade bi na wo ankasa ye di nkomo fa wo hini ya na ye kan ho asem ho ye fense Hezekiah so that say me no di nkomo fa no sisi ase wono ne nsa kan ne message no efiri nyame di fo ho won say ono ne nsa kan message free nyame di for
ai
ama wo wake
oye ho adwuma osun wo ho bo ho
correct so that say into oye ho bibi won say de tie into ano no de nya nipa position to determine and enya the prophet because president na ono ba no ono so oni nyame wo communication what I say sabi nyame na bo wo bia nti nyame onyi obi twetwene wono so ni nyame wa adamfofa said na saa ohene no so woni nyame wa adamfofa no ba ayi nyame difo no de a message from God and what dey dey what dey come aye
so for so hwe sunsum wi asese ne amoka no a afi aba no ye tu wi antokwa besi
oh menyi ni se ntokwa bi besi Ghana ha de menhu ntokwa bi asi nti ntokwa bi ansi ba bia
ntokwa bi ansi
ntokwa ansi Ghana ha de ntokwa bi ansi
binumu ka se ntokwa betimi asi
oh menhu ntokwa apa picture we no de ntokwa nka ho
ntokwa bi anka ho
ko dibu ambom na nyame de me kɔ ho na omu wo bridge bi ho no ama me kra makoka me ka se bi TV3 se de na me ka enti me ka no me ka se na se ko dibu aso ya mompa ya mo a wan hwe a basebe betima si ko dibu a so da se na wono no de o teso no ono so befa aba na iba ne opponent ne no be koso astribe nti yesi bompa kai ko dibu a nti no so ye different aspect altogether na ha de mihu basaba se bi anyame ayi picture bi na nkrofo kontokwa na bibi asa anim sa
so sunsun wi ase de abayi yato awie
sunsun wi ase de se na tie se de ye di hu komoyi se na tie ana na wo ma abse se bibi sei koso na bibi sa obi wo ho kwan se otimi ya hu bibi ana ana ne ye di ohene no ho nkomo no ohene ya me no di no ho nkomo nti so we are president you yamfa nse adwuma ye ni bia obi a ne nyame wo access enya asofo nko na ni nyame wo communication what you say indeed the prophets for they stand as a mouthpiece of God nyame the information bre wo to deliver so that until obi ko deliver bia wono ko ye no nipa na the message no come na ye ne message ho adwuma emi esan de alert bre no ma wasansan na chi so that say and na me catch us me dey me nya alert ebia you understand so far
okay
the senate
so for you better wase na ye do asi ha sei
okay
na ochina ekosi acha sen electoral commission aka ne bena da nwume de emuai bi beba
amen
emuai ba ye behwe se e befrew
okay
set bebi e beto bia e befrew na ya hwe bebi a enema besi akọ
wonderful
nti ye da asese enwume ode nkre ba minim so wasem bia opese o kaka ho
oh asem bi de bi ni ho ba de me ne se ye bompa ye jai o man Ghana enyina de hye awrade nsa yitumu ni panyina de nu Yesu ade chimuja no ye bompa ye se election ya de bi asipen this is not the first time enti ade nyina anya asundwe awrade nkyekera ho bone nyina tumidie bi e be sore my God akoso niema bi emfre awrade de ye kom nyina hye Jesus asenu na se otamfo nyuma bi a Yesu de mo ade nyina anya asundwe na awrade moja na mere tumidie ne mpandie nyina ase ema Ghana nsanfa na ntuma pa emfra Yesu de mo ene bompa amen
amen
you wonderful
therefore yeda sepa se yetun safre won so obae
okay
awusia odifo Alex Nana Kwesi oda Crown of Christ ano ewo kasoa na mote nka no o say ohun wi ase se NDC ni NPP for omo boxing na nanado na se globes de NPP for na John Dramani Mahama ese NDC for mo kunye no ese John nanado abodwo Mahama funfram nti seti bia no ochina ba ekwakoto no nana ne bedin kunim so prophecy betwen ne aheni be firi mu aba yeda se etwa ho aba yakwaji adwadi nkrato ebo na otwe a Ghana mampani ene Ghana for be kasa yewi a sofo de wakasunsu mu wi ase wawie abenfo no sunso a eba ehumemu sunso a omabiri wo mu so omutimi efa ensem no e de krata we to a e de we to a e ka bisi ani e kire se yen sunso ye de experience ene ayi adwuma sei na beye sei na adwinse nkrofo be hwa to aba penifo no nsa ba be kamensa ti me kwaji adwadi nkrato ba ene omo so tena se na fiya biebi nsem no so na ya hwe bia nsunsu abeja brode hono bidi ni KWAKU DAWURO ko Facebook Kingdom 107.7 on Facebook na for adwenkyerɛ ebra na yenkenkan fama yeba sisia.
Ghana, Yediaba, Kingdom TV Diaba, Eye Kingdom Asemkasie, Eye Dumedia, Yenim Penifu, Woma Dreamable Bill, a Kukudamifo, Ebeshia Abo Impunimpu, Ewa Kingdom Asemkasie so. Abobo or my Ghana, Ebibremu, ni a real singina and kind for
how we can develop the economies of our country to provide a more dignified standard of living for the mass of our people.
The outcome of this event will mark another important chapter in our common quest for socio-economic development.
I think that you must be prepared to pay any price, to ensure that the economy of your country is returned to stability and growth.
Nimudia yetumi ampa enuti Kingdom Asemkasie ye dada dwumedia ebe churchre wo dada nimudie afa apomuden kuayo ehumesua bambo eni bibia efa onipa enkan ko ehu sa wo pese wo so yase wo dwumedie ehu a fre 0244 508 595 ana 0274 443399.
Kingdom Asemkasie, only on Kingdom TV.
Can you imagine?
Abusia yemama kwa babium edeba Medo Ghana dwumadi so ewo Kingdom TV and Kingdom FM yewo enkran Kingdom 107.7 FM okko Kumase ene Asante Mantemu a yewo Kingdom 100.1 se wo firi Kumase na odusunya a yewo Kingdom 99.3 okko Tamale yewo Kingdom 105.7 usane ba huni otia Honsonso ye jina ho a ye from Antemu nyina Kingdom 105.9 ura me home region Eastern region na dun kokko a Kingdom 105.7 afi ko Mankasim 106.1 Kingdom 96.9 and so Cape Coast and 107.5 and so ewo 107.5 for Takrade ye Facebook Kingdom 107.7 FM uduru ho a na odo message aba na ya kenkan kama pa ewo ye Facebook no eso ochina ye kwakoto aba o na ye nimse nyuru da duru time na so ano no anwumre ye report ye nya okaso akra say ibinum kra start saline anwumre ewo kaso ahono a chese ibinum beda ho ene ibinum so afiri ase de ode akonwa besi ho a wato ne din aguso ode ba be dila mu I just say, Grofo Frasiantem, and I think say a good thing. Say a bebuama turnout no be very high. Say ye share nimu say a bit because special voting I think say nipa about 13,000 anko twaba. Say oh groups na ne twaba na. Ne expect say e benya sa high number na omon konko twaba but abanisa it's 13,000 ye ebi ewum papa 13,000 yes enti nipa na so muto twaba ye 109,577 but emu 13,000 ankoto serious but and we no church unso so muntimi entwaba o muntimi nto so odin was special voting special voters register no anto a so when muntimi nto biom na ese no ano enti mpanifo no akyena se mema o makwa banwie na fe o mampani eba yakoti o mampani aba ni aba betrasom ura tai amano mota atese ye frɛ no TV so any radio so any ne din komo a oye senior political science lecturer University of Education Winneba my atene nka doc memado but no honamu te say wi aboko political science department for
Bibia Boko, UW the Dean.
Okay, then Yamias Papa, I'm a crab so. Yeah, tea for a tattoo, war you saw an idea, any I just say in Sakam.
I'm happy to be here.
Okay, yeah, that's a part. I was Dr. Isaac Yamwa, and so a governance expert. On a dear, one who know TV so. Anna, okay, all right. You call a bank sim na omoya for my penny address, no. If you are any penny for bidding come, you better see her. Wait me across your Facebook.
Eighth time we shall be going through this important activity in the Fourth Republic. And we can safely say that each one has been an improvement on the previous one. We have had 5 presidents in the history of this Fourth Republic, with peaceful transfers of power from a governing to an opposition party on 3 separate occasions. Redress of the Supreme Court was sought, rather than recourse to street protests and agitations when there was dispute over the outcome of an election. Tomorrow, we have yet another opportunity to deepen further these excellent credentials. I am fortified in my belief that we will, if indeed the successful holding of last Tuesday's special voting exercise is the measure. The Electoral Commission has already assured the country of its readiness to deliver another successful process, and it has, to this end, compiled the most credible voters' register in our history. So it is in our collective interest to help ensure that tomorrow passes off in an orderly, peaceful, and transparent manner. At the end of the day, there should be no lingering question about the legitimacy of the election, and the winning candidate at the end of the process should receive the unalloyed support of all. That is how we can strengthen our democracy and the peace and stability of our nation. Particularly in the wake of the pandemic, let us all adhere strictly to the COVID-19 protocols put in place at all the 38,622 polling stations, so we can cast our ballots in safety. We should therefore not panic or be afraid. Many countries around the world have conducted elections within this period, and I have no doubt that Ghana will join those nations in organizing a successful general election, even in the midst of the virus. We should all remember the words of an ancient philosopher who said, and I quote, "The punishment suffered by the wise who refuse to take part in the government is to live under the government of worse men," unquote. Using your God-given and constitutional rights costs nothing, but staying home can come at a very steep price. So I entreat all eligible voters to turn out in your numbers, cast your vote, and thereby exercise your sovereign right to the making of government in the country. As President of the Republic and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, it is my responsibility to guarantee the peace of the nation. It is thus crucial that tomorrow's vote be conducted in an atmosphere of peace and security, devoid of intimidation and violence. The Ghanaian people are entitled to go about the exercise of their civic duties in peace and in freedom. The security services have assured me that they have made adequate preparations to protect the sanctity of the process. They have assured me of their determination to carry out their duties without fear or favor. improper behavior by any citizen, no matter their political color, will not be tolerated. And I'm encouraged by the assurance by the Inspector General of Police, as well as by the heads of the other security services, that they will be even-handed in their response to issues. That is the only way the rule of law can be upheld. In view of the happenings on the continent, and indeed in West Africa, the entire world is looking up to us to maintain our status as a beacon of democracy, peace, and stability on the African continent. In this Fourth Republic, we've had the longest uninterrupted period of stable constitutional governance in our history, banishing the specter of instability that disfigured the early years of our nation's existence. And the benefits are showing. Together, let us continue to lay the platform for the evolution of a new Ghanaian civilization, which will give true meaning to the foundational values of freedom and justice on which our nation was conceived by its far-sighted visionary founders. Fellow Ghanaians, we can do it. So let us be up and doing, for our destiny beckons. May God bless us all in our homeland, Ghana, and make her great and strong. And thank you for your attention. Have a good evening and vote safely.
Abusia ya sama mo akwa babiem edeba Medo Ghana dwumadi so on Kingdom TV and Kingdom FM. Enti ya kan se ebekọ na Ghana mampani am say address we dey very short, very short, and nkrofo kan se mampani be fa bronya ho ayakokọ obeye campaign obeye politics. Well, ababeto dwa enti ne ho de se wa wate touch on important issues. COVID-19 protocols on Ochina election day. Say betting protect the stability and against a democracy yet me abohoba na chance da. And say ubia huna ubia nko ubia kasabuan sheniyem. And say ubia we registered voter bia you go out na wakwa koto aba in your numbers na rule of law aye juma ewo Ghana. And see where some of the issues are, or say security services na bona no hoba say ombebo ye ho ban ochina na omabo man Ghana ho ban. And I saw say PRO for Ghana Armed Forces say oma obokoko say omo allegiance towards my Ghana and towards any political party. Into bia ochina say bubedin se hunu polling station bia no ye from one ombekire mo say mo ano mototo atu ne mo mo so mo fa mo ho ban. Ntomodi atu no so bebo ho ban. Nti ese obiya no ochina oye careful. Dr. Mr. Mano de medical manakaba. Memma Dr. Yamu anso akaba. Doc, pato me adwuma akaba. Pato bia boko de. Adwuma no ya hye ya fedi aduru su ochina na ebe so adwuma no.
Sada was about bibia washa sibia wo wi. Nti definitely was a beginning ba.
Hey, na zebre imadawo.
Na ba no
you we dey pato mi frase wo ho na fe ye mra yan komo no eno mampani enkomo ni yen adi anwumre to say
well say sania ye man emra kire yen say ye nyina ye ntwa so ye campaign no who said the menka no say mra ya hyehye no o kire say wono so adi so if it's a campaign no and 24 hours prior to the election Enti se oba addressing nation dia na wo se won so we example that is leadership enti no kan se wo busa amra no so na me hu se wa mu so It's perfect. We touch on 3 key areas. Adia afi yebetomu yare COVID and so security for election na yekono. Na osama historical contest. So yes, me assistant buying from opposition and premier and son BBA intimacy into no assurance say we say so no BBA intimi NC Ghana ni bia on kana komanton yem na on kodi ne lem nto aba na the outcome of the election no send ye bia no ono a ye president no pledge say ye beji atum ne yakoye no beautiful it's fantastic. Eti ama meti ase mani age because omampani ba no humba se ya we opposition kura wasa wotimi da asomdwem na vote no anase secret aye no ekasama na ye nyina yetimi ehu de wadi nkunima ye de afna no be hye nsa nti na de mehu no.
Okay, abisa Dr. Yamua ena Martin kan ma mimi sa opani tayama no so se opani omampani asamo ni aka nwumere nso etesen.
Oh, but I say, here with you once again. You hear the short address Omampeni Ede Abregana for. I think senior Minedika Kano, it is devoid of partisanship. Say Okasa say Omampeni Wankasas as a candidate. As a candidate. And a very important say we see leadership setting very good example. Now that is the first aspect. Another aspect is what Shigan and Crane are kai and say we have track record. Say ewa bibi memuno a ye Ghana mine ye wo abako Samoa a chrese since 1992-93 ya tuaba apaw aban etu aban apaw aban etu aban enye tio enedi to aban enye basabasa yo enye gididi na mmom ye de obuo and reminding Ghanaians, all Kaka Ghana for say, winning near Yaya pain. It is very important, and it's a Wakaka and say, we can do it. Into a year idea, a yehusa, a yayebida, na yayebida, we should work in that confidence. Na Yamiya Dumoa, at the chain or China, Yanko to Yabasum Jemu, our science so Akache Ghana for say, Yawamra. Na se basabasa yeba emrano ni ubia bidi senia ese, and I think it was an excellent address to the nation. Na many address on hopa excellent address.
Okay, me da se ti afi empanifo no ye tie wo mo ewo mampani ekasei eho wonso a wutie wo fi ana wo hwe wo TV so betimi enso de wadwen kire afa Facebook ne so aba Kingdom 107.7 FM wo de ba ye be kinkan e de amount afi ye be ko yensem no emu yenkomo no election 2020 ye be kum ankasa na fa wonso wadwen kire no bra na yankenkan enfa emao ansana empanifo no betena se no na mbedi nsem bi etudwa se wo hwe afi aba ye kwa akoto no a ye to ewo 275 constituencies. Now, 275 constituencies no assign survey as 275 collation centers. Now, Electoral Commission create another layer, the 16 regional collation centers. So this time around, the results in the polling station, the Rebecca constituency, the collate constituency, they are called the regional collation center. Now, regional equality no more diaba. So Mame Jimensa ebe declare only obe quality only 16 results from the 16 regions. Now we declare results no. Eno eye shafi omaye. Enipa dodo a omudin wo register so ehwe nim so mbeto aba no eye 17,027,641 ena yehe se omuso beto aba afi. Ma kire onipa bi a omo aba ye kotu omu ntimi ntubi. Nedi kan ye nipa 13,000 no mudin wo special voters register mu a oman koto no na se omu ntimi ntubiem. Na etoso mienu ye nipa 13,997 a ye se omudin wo exceptional list so san crofo ne crofo bi a obi won mo ye minor akotwo ne din o ye foreigner akotwo ne din ya challenging ye ni din afimu omu so list no nipa 7,890 bi won so a ye so omu so a multiple registration ɛno nso tiamra nti ɛno nso so ɔmo ntimi nso ɛntwerɛ ɔmo din. Electoral Commission ɛwɔ polling stations maako 38,632 ɛwɔ maamu nyinaa mu a yɛkɔto aba. The highest polling station bi abenya 749 registered voters. 749 registered voters. Obi enya emane murusa sene beya ebetimi akoso. So election before say ebekọ messaging, yebekọ candidate bia na hoden, ye project candidate ni nyina mahu omo ene omo qualification ni ade nyina. Ya san so a project a breakdown in terms of age, any percentage ema 51%, emema 48%. Ni nyina ya ye a break it down mahu ni a ewom. But referee no any the manager of election body no the body bo et saying e ho na mpese e defa no because election ebekọ you enko you e fa kese no ano ejina ne so nti ye hwese the modern bo et saying opani amano me fi aso ho the electoral commission any the commissioners no so far a modern bo saying and ye ko about to mu hu o mo se o modern bo be saying after the election.
Okay, Medo say the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Yapa no, Ediamaye as a state or mine, needy kind me say a banner ne competence, and I say or wound dear or bit media a year Jumana, and it is not in question. And yet, there a bit me argue say or near qualified, and I say uni nim dear out the Bayer Jumano. And national parliament veterano all these processes, so constitutional processes they were finding in now on the job and only a bit me assessing kakra say on the job no how has she fared thus far now and only a hwemua about the major task are or performing a registration of voters now see here amidst COVID-19 any registration process you to me firm as a country every polling station senior would to me etoto niema brand. There were many issues around the registration now. So one thing that I think say in this commendation is say she stood their ground on any commissioners omu to me a general manager say when the constitution our mandate say yenye enti yebeye and they got the support of the government as well omunya aban also support so my saying man yes so mu be constitutionally they were able to do it. And I have no cause to question the competency. And I say, ye share or modern bonding nyombitimia. They say they have done creditably. My idea pass. Say, amidst COVID-19, power mutimi register. The number of people yet to register. They say, idea they are resolute in what they wanted to do, and they have been able to deliver. In turn, I commend them, and I know that they have the competency to deliver to manage the electoral process for tomorrow and thereafter. So I have no doubt.
Another special voting no said the coin so a bit media no be a case study because even though a small number there, but a bit media IBB what do you know a tuna project here who said 2020 for general election no send a
okay, special voting no say we hear the caliber of persons are or more engaged in the special voting now. We don't expect say basabasa yebia beba. We expect say lots of ballots ebe say. Expect say there will be pressure. This is say omo special voting omo no so be brenus into no management very easy. Now say you take here no as maybe a case study there, then how it went, then it means that for tomorrow there's a jojo. If we look at special voting now, notwithstanding the about 10-11% of omo anko that if you have 90% turnout in any democracy, 90% turnout is great success. Say yenya ohamunchemu ediokron so mo akoto aba excellent, more than excellent. In here these dynamics now going into Ochina Abatona, then I think that for tomorrow we have high hopes for good things to happen to Ghana.
Mebana what more boame answer our question we say reporter yinya from Kaswa say ibinu fra say kosalan then the day high hopes no high yina basa na dwi ebi kosalan is it say be two aban and a tie basa and answer by beto aso and a tie basa meba ne ahwe ho no masamaka I mean say Dr. Yamo a governance expert he said the previous electoral commission poor corporate governance and a man commissioners and ebi komukofi because oman use procurement process and you say oman to manema yesu bi create polling station bi the CIA bi a voters transfer I say this particular electoral commissioner no and deputies no omodwuma to say
That's DAWURO, and I'm saying a good question because we got to about there was so institution I handle okutekuta din utimi hu ne odano that is leadership. Now institution biya no openi na wo ho no and I say me leader no openi sa openi na yede na to ano no I was say otimima institution na eye adwuma na ansa na institution ni be ye adwuma no ye wo baabi a ye de yen sakeka ansa na atimi aye adwuma ete se afidie si ho e wo se bi a wodi bibi gum wo spark bibi wo piano ana wo something must be done before a betimi aye adwuma na die di kan pa eye nipa people in an institution na nipa no de na wo sa wo ye wo mo on say ya appointing obaye no oba beto nipa ana sa wo di nipa ne bi beba enti wo say utiri mu po ana wo vision wo e wo sa institution no ho you have to effect changes in the people there enti utimi hu say ensesaye ba mu patimase enti ensesaye ba nipa ni mu a e kire say on the side of competence he's on track. Long said the Michelin. Ufri enipa na wo sesam na oba baby a friend no structure. Said the no ma hye no. Ebia na wo 2 wa ha, na wo 3 wa ha, na wo 4 wa ha, na wo 7 wa ha. You have to also touch the structure, rearrange the structure to meet your strategy. So said the Michelin. Enti e ho so me hu se omode omosa afefa ho. Na fe waba de etoso me ensa obroni fe ne technology so opese dwuma bi atumpon adwuma wa hai se opese atumpon a ana opese nsesan ye bam na motimi duru mpempenso bi a adwuma wura e wose mo fidie mo nneoma mo de ye adwuma e wose wode ne sa eka ho enti wo hwa electoral commission obaaye no de bia me ka se otimi ema ye mfidie a ye de ye adwuma no otimi de nsesan ye ebemu so you can see say once you begin to go on that path, you begin to make changes in the people, and then you also make changes in the structure, and then you put technology in place. Then you have to look at what we call systems. So, enti say ye di ni nyina echi a eye nneoma ba esenum. Ye di ni nyina echi a yetimi hu se ni nyina no ekokokosi baabi a 77 prediasa or den sesan ye den eba ampa so no sesi a meti ho ya o kan bibi quickly mehu se ampa watimi ayen sesan ye bi aba because of the breakdown what the man say in the previous ones no said they now almost sebo ewo baabi a omuko gina wo ho say omo wodi coalition center no watimi because of anyama me boss etimi yen sesan no utimi say enya you
strong room bi wo ho a yesi ho na dey resource fi constituency ba na we say figures bi say
sir
but as we demystify san man nyina
if you say sad nyama me kan anamo na otu ye no that will give you that result and utimi say na your boss say obenya from from polling over 38,000 polling station no
75
to the constituency no they do their coalition there, then you go with one constituency to the region and then they also do their work and then they come to nationality. He's only going to deal with 16 which is fantastic. It's wonderful. Okay, me say no, this is great thing. It means say bibi touch ma obabi a ye nim baby a ye kohwehwe so and that is what I'm talking about. Beautiful wayade ebema ye kwen so top ma ye be hu ni ntem pa enti mebo na bass say or this new no aba so what must say enti it's a great thing there has been changes in the people, and then the strategy, the last one is strategy that they are using, which we mentioned now, they are using to deliver service to Ghanaians. A fantastic idea. And yengina yensum ni enkono fine. Me ameti me hwehwa bi because of obi wa ho hwehwe election nko a. Me ameti I'm looking beyond the election for Ghana. I am looking beyond something that is so beautiful. Yeah, kasa na bebem. If you say election there, said the M say so for the can answer wo ne can. Me anga say minimum say election 7 days to it's finished. It's done. Kaput finito.
7 days.
7 days is finished. There's nothing you can do again. If they do opinion polls, they are just re-echoing whatever they are re-echoing. If they should be honest. Why? Because they made up their mind already. So what I say, no. Oh yes, Anna, in governance, you are safeguarding your catch. So what I say, I was saying, you can't say, man, doing that.
Okay.
If it's a bit mad at the until you keep running around and you can see from their final rally said, they make an no correct. So I said, they're mentioned. Until a idea was a electoral commission, men who say, what you are not bet. And Nipebiano, when you aspire to be the best, you shouldn't put your measure by anyone. You understand? You should not put your measure by anyone. Be the best. And once I went to media bedru hano, ye bo trade yampon empire say. Sa transparent in da hono. Enye sa. Mo bi amfane san kwose baby a. Mo bi ankoye blockage because it must flow. So at must here. Name medru anim 16. Said the mekan esia esi French say His Excellency and or twaso aye ninyuma or twaso. Say His Excellency former President Mahama Neba wa ba yenyina yade atom din kasabie.
Look, before some will be on electoral commission, the opposition party, every anamubi electoral commission be to be ano, more objections home. From declarations, so be new register, the processes, and if you do be used, even 24 hours or so be declare results. Every point, every process we are. Is it say then electoral commission ain't opposition for nasem. And opposition for na who so my imagine say now electoral commission baby ano on bepe ho asemaka.
Maybe the omoye say nyame nwa. And there was omoye.
Oh, okay.
They have to do it. If you don't do it, then you are not in opposition. Because in the context of political environment, opposition, he needs nothing than to beat the opponent. Into obey amanyosem. And amanyosem no, a being so criticism, a being so opposing policies and all those things. Into only the and you wanna appointee senior sitting government and I say a byway or no appointing my many dear. Name few or no year full dear. Sabi. On to mean dollar to send you free in a year full muba. No cry back up. And at the same time, so they always have to be suspicious. I was said or suspected. If you say, I grown a yebedi, and I grown a yedin, so I agro ketwa. And ya dear, ye did agro a power. 2 mean ye. And tis a war for referee, many referee message. Papa. Met be in this wrestling. And then to be myself, if you know, would you grown up, my service, I grown up, and there was a mijini.
Okay.
No. No,
but my minister once, I didn't know political parties in Nano, or more Bemwa, or many state institutions, NECA, electoral commission, the police service, or Mufra Bemwa, Penono Motaro Homaso.
I say, or mine be a. Me you see 1 minute to be no matter to say the way I'll bring yam in on the street or mine be no state what do you call the institutions no omo and a 7 periods or mujina homa states so and citizens and so what say and is any pan lose power wa be jina fa hin
no I can't man for no
wa ba ha say and they were gaining power no so aba ha say and na basa na 7 periods wasomuda wonim baabi a ono so ede ne nsakeka ye enti minimum pass DAWURO be yesa
okay
minimum pass DAWURO wo na appoint IGP be friend number of you in an coffee. I catch the koye mammy. Minimum pa said DAWURO. Wo pa otiwe wonso won pese obaba e te se me. So political party lose power in governance no. It's a dead situation. Enya de ketwa. Enti no, that is how it goes. Enti na mdi kan say politics, policies, power, the three pillars, each of them, they are going like that. Enti no unya lose power, we lose power. And now we gain power, we gain power. You align yourself with the institution because the institution will help you champion whatever that you brought to give to the citizens.
Okay, I was Dr. Ezekiel Mwa and Martin and governance expert. Meje Mr. Manon Swagin Tiawa on this issue. Nefi ya bwura the political parties and the candidates no emu. Look, apani minim se bia ni discuss before electoral commission bibi how be kan ho.
Well, kakra no the suspicion with which opposition parties no and approach almost everything that the electoral commission comes out with. Omudi interest omuye opposition. That is it, to make themselves relevant within the political system. Say omuanye bibisa. What the young share opposition parties getting here. Come here, say they are almost dead parties. It's say we yenti omunka BBM. It is only months to elections. The Etiomon can normally some candidates. Now almost appear on the ballot paper. But we don't hear anything from them. We don't see them to be vibrant opposition parties. They have any doctrines winning power. Now, so the major opposition party near Omo they ought to do those things. Omo yes and yeah the negative aspect and now so the positive aspect is Emma abide no number one. Emma commission no so omodom ho so all the time. Esa so munim se ne omu ye enye niwa ba ko ni mienu na ehwe omo. A host ehwe omo. Pese omo number toto omo be fom na omo kasa. Enu nti enu so boa emma omu tumi toto omo niam yie, omo ya hwe yie, omo ye niam as they ought to. Senior beya enwa semomba. So the opposition party, it is expected. So they need to criticize, they need to oppose, they need to condemn, they need to reject, they need to do all those things. So if they are doing those, it is okay for them to do those things. Just that there should be a limit. Too obvious say in some of the things. The opposition is needed, but it doesn't have to be detrimental to the political health of Ghana.
Enti afraid ye enkoyeresa enkomono afraid electoral commission na wi edato abisun abekọ ye Facebook ni so Kingdom 107.7 FM ene motumani amuhu MPP ni NDC for no ye ni omo awie otena omo nkoto maba yenumsa na dwe omo na omo ye niema hodo bebre ebinu mu wurawura asase ase ebinu mu wura nsu ase tese anadwe nya asem keto o enya do mbeda yenim enya ade ombeda me akra me refie na nka ese bisa so for say enti hefa na omo fa na nka na adwe ompom ho ntuma kra na ye hu baby omfa but ne nyina no eye ije na ede mpanfo na ba ye omo edi enkomo na obe Kingdom Herbal Center for say no Kingdom Garlic Bitters na boost immune system na unso atime gina na so immune system no ahoden a utimi kutia enyarewa bia covid cry bicha okra ho beto isan so immune system no eye very strong enti Kingdom Garlic Bitters de eye food and drugs for ahwemu agiatum and a Center for Scientific Research into Plant Medicine so ahwemu agiatum say eno so ye panti baby atun aduru bia akwa onsaka bia ebetimi aboa afei aba ye kotwin ye wo 11 political parties and one independent candidate okabuma ayedumienu enipa over 17 million and ekoto ye see here 50% plus 1 no be the president of my Ghana mo in ibere ni point the bit me winning but before that no ye senior political parties no any candidate no a conduct your ho from the one up to ene de beche ye ba beto aba messaging any senior mayo ho nyina doc una wo ye wo political science department wonu omo wo de ochi nyemo mo ye na sepa o fresh any o makari o ho na etisan ni sunsun so e democracy etisan o makari o ho yie ana o maye ne sen
yo me da say say you share the various political parties any senior or more edi omujuma efa for the past, especially the last 6 months or so. Say you share, in fact, COVID-19 took something away from our politics. Senior nanka ye bochenku ewo stadium ewo park so ewo lorry parks ne market ne those things no esote kakra getting to the end no na obeka say omo amanyofo egbo menigu ni maybe so and they organize there were mass gatherings, but see here so far when it comes to the issue of messaging, the messaging when we look at a political party like GUM, I think he has been able to, send a certain message to the people of Ghana. Say, you will be sankofa. We can go back to rebuild the industries, to recreate the public works. Say we can revive those industries, we can revive those companies to work again. He or not a very good message, but I think that because getting to the end, wa relax kakra. The message, either he has relaxed and not say he has been carried out by the two major parties. For the other political parties in there, if you ask me to pick 3 who had any message to sell, I will rate say the MPP had a message, and the message is that omo toa juma pa no so ni omo ye and no more omo ebobo enema omo aye no so. So based on track record omo for the past almost 4 years, and no na omo bobo so editor Ghana for they have been able to sell on message well. See here I will rate number 2 to be a GUM in terms of message. So they had GUM had a message, send a medical can that is almost something to Ghanaians. Now the third one I'll give to the NDC. So
GUM it me turn the message as NDC for.
That is how I will rate it.
That's how you rate it.
That the MPP they had a clear message to Ghanaians that way and GUM had a message. So way and na misu onya onusinya kwenya obeye. Then the NDC edu brave no me follow near campaign launch. I watched the entire thing. Now you ask yourself, say, so what exactly a normal catcher and say
NDC for?
Yes, it gets to moments. Say as an independent watcher, you are confused a little bit as to what exactly the NDC is telling us that they will do in terms of education. Are they consistent as a party? What is a party on policy on education? Anything on policies on agriculture? Anything on policies on trade? Anything. Now, so Becca say, they are only reacting to policies of others, and I say you feel a bit disappointed in that the NDC is the biggest for now, the biggest opposition party. They have mass following. Then they almost the funds of party. They should be able to send home some clear messages. But some of these things didn't work out well for them this time. And His Excellency John Mahama, he was at some point, you see some brilliance in his presentations. At some points, now Becca say, I reacted to near other parties. His message never came out. Maybe time will permit us to talk about the vice presidential candidates, what they have also contributed. But I hear the messages are parties not there, but there. Then, as I said, I will rate the MPP, the certain government number 1. I will rate GUM number 2 in terms of clarity of message to me SLA, and I will give number 3 to the National Democratic Congress, the NDC.
So for NDC for we being reactive. As a more responded to near, we no more yeno.
Exactly.
The amount one kasankasa message on Bebana and Pia Bontain.
That Sana Mimi Hono. Yeah, from where I sit, watching them, wanting to see what they had. Niamo what Emma Ghana for no. Those are some few things that I saw concerning and another thing say the effective use of social media. Things that say you share campaign here. A lot had been done on social media before the last month or so. No, started gather. And on social media, I am on platforms with old boys and Bibre, and you realize that messages are the certain government. I know there are two parties pen on messages by the other parties. I never saw any message from the NDC and from the MPP. So what messages are NDC the bar? They sought to demonize the certain government. There were issues of corruption. They had raised issues. They had raised issues of family and friends. They had raised issues of contracts. Many issues. Ubetimi a raise issue. No what can wasema. Independent watchers will want to listen to you. But Ubetimi so presented the same message. A better Ghana for enye abujo senia wokasa efa omai ho. How you present the message itself is something that we look at. Okay. So if some message, you know, or meant to me unpackaging well, or meant to me unpackaging here, when it comes, it appears so insulting that we don't even want to watch. We don't want to watch those 30-second videos. You know? But if they're able to package them well, and in some of the videos of the MPP, you see clear within 30 seconds. They have told you within 30 seconds what they are going to do. But the NDC presents a message, and they are talking about what a certain government had done wrong. It is okay to talk about what they have done wrong, but what are you going to do? At times, those messages, they are lost. It's a person presented to us. So the effective use of social media, I don't think that the NDC did too well. They could have capitalized on that to send home a lot of messages. But unfortunately, they were unable to perform as I expected them to do.
Okay. Ora te amano ena yate nenkano oye senior political science lecturer University of Education Winneba ena obuaye amayaye analysis me call Dr. Ezekiamu aho Medo Ghana dwumadi ni on Kingdom TV ne Kingdom FM doc but also buaye said their candidate no parties na conduct him so far messaging ene se no masi ahye mo ho a wo chana ye koto mo so aba ehu ni sen
DAWURO. One will say, in the first place, answer na ye bedru baby krama ye nyasa political parties. I was say you say ye free him and ye babedru. A D inti krana was say ye nyasa number. So what you say? One, on my piano, ye free BB. Input and yes, production and your input and your output. And you want said the formation of every nation or any democracy. I was say omutiminya or authority in place. So what you say now authority no now or more bekano no more minority. And these people no on the line on the path of the struggles to really get things to the people. Like I said, a team attekiship. Into a team crafts authority no or more becano in terms of political groupings, no more by a minority. No more by a minority no. They have a link with churches, they have a link with business community, they have a link with all those civil society groupings, you know, on our struggle for whatever form of governance and I say BBI person. Enam santino. One will say, yen ya bibri mu ha na say Ghana ha no. Enam background na medema wo ha no. Say aban in terms of the structure na say authority na wanya na oni institution ni ye adwuma no. Sa aban esa wo election ni twi ni say ne entokwa no akansi. Sa aban wa akansi ni mu a agro no nko emu saa aban na no se onka ho bi na ye ne party ene nipa foforo ebemu a agro no so ye so nko so ahun se ne sitie no na we se na ewo mu no saa aban na aye den oka ho de ono hwama institutions na ye adwuma no oye den ono an so gina o hye mu bi a opese oye na ade na ono wadi kan emfie enan so I say this team and opposition so do ono so buy no ono so adi kan emfie nan amanatwam enti no timu say obi anya platform somewhere somehow o ma be equal so enti na Nanado, His Excellency raised the point to say, let us talk on issues of records.
Why be pain? Mr. Baby.
Inti fancy inti eba say na automatically in Kitwana make us say authority and the minority no group in terms of political, or mobile somehow inactive. Regardless, even a Bruchiri Germany no US no utimu se ewo hosa enti normally bo se me no na koye ba ko strong kakra se ho sometimes omu ja no for purpose so na yenye ha no wo hwe ye historic contest any sa number na wo ballot box na me Isaac me hu say ye di agro why do you have 12 people on a ballot how much population how many 17 million going
17
to vote.
Million.
And 12 people on the ballot. I believe and I think next time the electoral commission by be on betting me and almost just 3 or 4.
What did you say? Criteria na they selected people by a 2 week one.
A 2 week and we will get there. I was see a cleaning. So at must say. And Tina make us say yeah, a battle na yet to know any election na yet drew. Yes, it's a point of input. So at say baby a 1 year na dri any watching and na the chin be declare election. We've gone backwards in terms of the process and be part of the input so that we'll get to the side where the executives, the judiciary and the what do you call it? The legislature will be able to have the output and work until say problem be side hano. What you say? You be demand set one of them, no, they'll be able to address it and keep the company, the Mitsubishi company, the nation going. You know, I was say one, sad and yet trotto, yet teso. After this, I'm saying that me new doctor can be before or more message in your money or the buy. So we share sa background na MPP or be fewer promises going forward because all more than to us. So what you say, but 2016 no more promises in a year more. But now, due to interventions, an ongoing project, Guha or Muguso Yeno, in Tiama or more message in a year small. Oko NDC side there. Or more a bit complex because I was so divided manifesto into 3. 1, the first phase must be able to absorb whatever that the current government has done in terms of the social interventions of Maya. The second phase must be able to also meet them boot for boot. Almost also fewer promises ahead of continuation, which is what we call incremental. They almost better to us. It is say why en katekwan and now why benkwan. There be me per key things nam there. Now we di ne biaka. Now we dey share ne bia sikanusa. Inti why en kontum ratio e some of the policies are incremental. Like I say, yeah, and that is the MPP. And the NDC, no, then they have to, the third phase, I was so much me catch the Ghana for. Say, afe no, dear yen so, ye be and sa portion, no, and a man chair or manifesto, no. Sa third phase portion, no, and no chair because they thought to say, be a yanum, unse political, the opponent, ya yanum, ebevia. So on say the city. But almost see agronomo beginning, no, which means say the strategy of the MPP got its apex at the point of the balloting. Omoko yiwo sadia no. We study who say MPP drew hono. They have to rebrand, they have to reorganize, they have to, we call it revision, remission, performance strategy. They have to use RE. In front, I just say yes, I am for because a bedroom hono, they hit it. Yes, they hit it. So they have to go back to engine room and
quickly reorganize.
But at that time too, NDC had what they wanted, so it was flowing. So, and as MPP was struggling for some few, I think almost 2 weeks, they got it almost last 2 weeks or so. That they had the excellent campaign delivery they needed that. No more yet. Who said Nanado, His Excellency, was going about 5-6 constituency a day. I don't know how to all of you witness. Yes. He was going. I was watching.
In fact, in the last 15 minutes, we are visiting over 90 towns in 15 days.
So that is where you see when you set it in motion, now hit it a year. You have to set them a kind into and when they got it right, they did it. And NDC was always on the issues that they have to re-echo to assure the Ghanaians say A, B, C, D, A, B, a torch 2016. Saying a net year, they have to defend, they have to regroup, and then also come forward. And Tinam saw her Dr. said, no one to mean capture or messaging because it was coded and embedded in their, what do you call it, their main objectives. Because the final thing is the objective. You see?
What about the inconsistency or kind? Because, say, ABA allowance. Ye twam afedi ye san ba be kan say ye ba ye twam biom ene san ma wonyi say so ha okay you.
So that created the dynamics because we can now we can I was so steady. Yes, I work now or cut say because strategy now the strategy will help you get what you want. And I'm a main kind of say and no na e kwanya obe faswama won sakane ye wo hwehwe. So what yes. The wo hwehwe ne say finally, Ghana for Bejinedi, no matter about the amano. That is the objective. So what must say? In the strategy, then didn't be do our objective. In this our strategy now all follow no. Next be biba na touchma. I was so making sure say or no so yanedi. Into almost so yanedi. And they drew baby. Or say bia na da can we view her. I was so also checking it. A drew baby soon na Mahama President Mahama, former president can be with her. Because I can give you instant. When Nanado started, His Excellency started, you could see that he was not attacking. You could see clearly he was not attacking. But about 2 weeks to the end, baby, he stood on one platform. He used the charismatic leadership that is needed, and he attacked. And
in fact, in the last 2 weeks, you know, the charisma Nanado used, you know, I say I was sort of saying. Even throughout the 4 years, Krawaye president, no.
And that is why I said that.
Who 2 weeks to election, never there, would do baby at the pitch, or the casano.
Social science, crowd, said, oh, yeah, researcher. If you be working thesis, that I may come over. If you be working thesis, that is what your topic. Untimi nyana correct. It can take you correct. Udibi can you be free. Though they give you a limit of 13 words. So I say to frame your topic. But in kakranka na bede na babetum. So that is why I'm saying say time or more enya or more starting based on whatever the strategy they were using. Or more to ballot no. Or more
okay, number one no.
And I was say or more backwards. No more struggle, how best they can do. And to it has to resonate with the leadership. And no ma president nya ne ready ma otimi afina o pretty.
Because ballot in by appendix for Bose say number 2, the second coming of GM. How come moment me and sell it send it moment me because as somebody and the to move from that very beginning na
you see when political parties are doing campaign, as I said, when they come to the environment in a layers, and it drew by beer, I was saying how you reposition and rebrand. It is very dangerous. It is, we use the word, after Tuesday, ABI, say how it is very dangerous when you see opposition going silent. Maybe person come here today. When they make it means that they have nothing to hide. And the last week to the election, if you see them quiet, they are talking on issues like as if everything is very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. So they up to something, they have a strategy, and probably they got it. and for you for the opponent not to see, then they rather go silent. And a time bomb, very dangerous.
Okay.
So we know be na me twi no me pese
all kwan na wo so gina ba ko gina ho din
die all plan we be wan say BBSC. So but interestingly otimi mobilize ne support base. So we track NDC otimi mobilize ne support base. And ne fana ayini so awonya no, it looks like say who say or more message here or more can be, but a very dicey, dangerous thing or more use here. I think that it can be a deliberate thing.
Okay.
A deliberate thing or more.
All right.
I'm being honest. It's a deliberate thing, and if I look at the last speech of His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo at Jamestown, I now clearly understand why NDC was doing that. I will reserve my comment on that.
Dr. Isaac Yamwa, comment in the doc, me know your dream. Who be yaba me, what can me at TB? I was on Facebook, Kingdom 107.7 FM. Doc, now me know cancer many information from Central Region, say, and Crawford started line. Right, my found Kotamali Central constituency here, Nakokohenia, Ecoso. It's more Facebook, no, more a yabuti. A video movie, a Tamale Central. Video no ena mohun sisi Crawford frase saline e bi di bench e bi di kofo gallon ibi e bi di ebia e bi so akasa gina ho a je say o my tamale we tamale ka we kasa tamale kra de e ho nhye da nye busy ti say Accra okay enti bo hu say enche ho pe electoral commission sorting so Collation Center omu yi yomoniema we be kosi so video no na ye de amount we Tamale Central ti o boxes now verification machines ne ballot boxes ne ade and electoral commission yesi wo ochena we na be kosi so all the political party agents wo ho Tamale Central na o hwe no and we koso no na on the at the polling station level so amanfo gina ho mo saline e bi di nkonya ba ebi di obi say wire o say e dua o obi di kofo gallon de boato so enti very interesting enti on your screens no nia ecoso sisi a e wo Tamale Central enti wo betimi wo access to Facebook o betimi akwakohwe bi na wo nia ecoso production mo san fatoso bi na fe na bi ana obi ate yenka wa adwen ne fatoso no omonhwe bi ankrofo a serious pa se ochena ombeto aba very important and you may fa entia kese ma nana oso a wo adoso akuapem na ho tsen o hwe enanwumre ye chia papa na megidi se ohun so eye chia na se chia mo akon eman doc no message no ede ye ba isi wo kan sembi ede ye ba bi enkrofo kan se the running mate for the NDC has an impact e wo fam because said ya all the candidates no ekwa abonten a omutimi eye news omutimi kan asem eba abonten no du ba bi no ase yentene nka eje se na wo kan eye strategy se yentene nka oye bibi so nko ana se ni impact no ane wo fam Professor Jena no poku ajman na hold to head to head with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia running mate for the two leading candidates.
I will say naturally we study two parties now NDC and Kasano say who follow or more ye nkrophobia omo ho ahomete de make so omo ho ahomete ne say omo wade e be benefit wo omo a omo ye no quiet, they do it underground. To me ye maame no professor nankasa professor na ye de ne babeka former president His Excellency John Mahama hono mekano krepa utimi hunu se ye befa ne se wo ye Ogwama lamb what you say who biblical contest no the the tabernacle omo ye wo desert ne omo kum oguama the entire may use sa dia mama for atiase no on say ye two President Mahama 2016 no satam no onye candidate no ye minister wo na bam so watemase enti aduru mra so boa ye de ball ye wura Bahama ni nyina no e wo se wunya obi a obeye te se glue gombo
eraser no paper
wa paper sa na o bi, and it was a perfect choice. So mutimi de ne ba ye no enti utumi se so obehwe a ye wura Mahama shaahye se wo ohomiye emra wonya maame ne kan who said that no ne nioma bi na nimoteye ne confident kosoro ne bibia omunya mam na metie professor no so message or the nam on what we call a social science if you know the illness me pedi because any no so what you say the symptoms that is the word I need. When you look at the symptoms ubetimi ahu de wo hu so what you say. But if you go back, go to the root causes and begin to find out why are they behaving the way they are behaving. We have omo che omo assignment no ma obi. They said the same thing. They said the MPP here no. Omo so ye wo okwa so strategy ni kasase. We so kasase. We so kasase. Mo ana mo wo ma ban mu a na mo ye nwenwenwen mo ho ba asem no. Quiet. Let us have new faces who can talk so that they can appease the Ghanaians and the tempest will go. And that is how NDC was playing. Usha MPP side this year. They also have similar one, but this one, Vice Namha, Nana Namha, His Excellency Namha, First Lady, Ewaha, Baumia, First Lady, Her Excellency,
Second Lady,
or no, Second Lady Namha. So you can see all of them, Oya Shuru Oya. And to be a person who strategy so to me, I will never sit here and say, yeah, no body, but the woman she worked.
Okay.
I'm not part of NDC,
but
that woman,
professor, you downplay
don't downplay it.
Okay.
Don't. It's a strategy they are using. And that is why I said, before the conversation ends, probably I'll be able to come out.
Okay. Mr. Amano, head to head, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Professor General Opoku Ajman, Ofo said Professor Obenya impact beyond these particular elections?
Well, thanks. The impact of Prof. Say, he share the NDC, and well, let me pick from the statement, for instance, an example, a statement made by John Domelo. That unfortunate statement that they don't believe in intellectuals, and the coming in of Prof. Or yeah, he has reached the pinnacle within academia. Full professor, she had been a vice chancellor of a public university. And no man some cloud. So within academic circles, you be accepting it's okay. She is an academic, an accomplished one at that. But this is politics is not academia. Politics is politics. Say ubisame something compare Prof ne His Excellency the Vice President. At times it is difficult because we know that Dr. Baumia, an astute economist or you'll be a bano economics, managing the economy and all. He has proven to Ghanaians, say he knows what he is about. And Oya Vice Ukrano, Obeka say the venom and the power with which he explained the economics and managed the economy, no, because above from as compared to when he was candidate. When he was a candidate, he was selling a certain message. But now that Oya Vice, no, Obeka so no crano, the vibrancy. Na anka yinim Dr. Baumiano eba fon kakra last week na or present ne presentation
ne lectures on gains be also my
exactly inti say you hear prof I don't want to say that she was not given that much platform, a brown launch manifesto, no, she had a slot. Unfortunately, the shine was taken out. I said the teleprompter, they gave some explanations, said things didn't work. So it looked like at the beginning, her speech not end to toss papa. And for me, adoring the vice presidential candidate and almost her first major outing didn't go well. Especially almost launching manifesto, no, for her, in that we were robbed of an opportunity to hear the oratory skills, to appreciate her understanding of the Ghanaian economy and of Ghana, how Obetimi played that gender card and all those things. So all those things, you know, I didn't see much coming from Prof. And Prof Betimi played the gender card. That I think it didn't come out too clear. When to me, I'm selling the home as Oba wa accomplish to be an example to other women. I don't think that being a woman will contribute much to the NDC because of Oba. No. But say ye share on Dr. Baumia, Senator Dr. Baumia etumi explaining or church near Massey, and I can afford ye timidity as here on campaign platform crano, Sanya Nano is a war they can Yamano or call same say na or brofo no more or much him. But see, you could see that the man ne jibs once a while. No what tobacco money NDC. But the prof had in a gentle nature no were want to talk much jobs.
It's too gentle to do ana.
Oh, any Caprosamil is going to be your president too. But such gentle nature, it is also important because and also appeal to a cross section.
Okay, because Dr. Mahmoud Baumiani so appeal to the middle class. Prof, so any achievement awawa Kenya, want me appeal to the middle class.
Oh, Prof can appeal to the middle class and even the upper class. Obey me appeal to them. But the question is that what has she done with that opportunity Yadiamano as a professor we are upper class? But can people identify with her as people identify with Dr. Baumia? Those are the questions that we keep asking. That what exactly has she brought to the table going into election 2020? And only questions are we keep asking. And if you ask Baumia, when Dr. Baumia was candidate, so be a Bissau say, a day na Dr. Baumia deba, everybody will talk about economy. Prof, a then a prof deba. Meaning, I can't tell exactly what Prof is bringing to the table. Apart from the fact that gender issues and all, she didn't even talk much about those issues. And no, see her president, first lady, she was able to talk on some of those things. I expected Prof to be say on to me gender issues about equality, about empowerment and all, but she says some, but I think that it wasn't as much as I expected from her. And Kanun and Kabeni major contribution to Mohammed's tickets. And then again, education. But education, it looks like education has, the MPP has taken the sign of the educational policies of the NDC.
Okay. I was saying Medo Ghana Jumedi na utie so utie radio so Kingdom 107.7 wo Enkran, Kingdom 100.1 Kumase, 96.9 wo Cape Coast, 106.1 wo Bankasim, 99.3 Ewus Nyane, 105.7 Ewo Tamale, 105.9 Ewo Hu, Kingdom 105.7 and so Ewo Nkoko. In fact, Arabuga asende a message say udu Nkoko wa enyumere obi abi mo na nkrofo nso ya crowd or Chomai so moko to abano enye easy takrade. And so Kingdom 107.5 Ikre Muna Facebook, Kingdom 107.7 FM. Kingdom Herbal Center for the new Kingdom Ginseng Power Capsules aba ama mema. Bema holding coffee moa maunsa enkebi nunumbi obese jina na should be wabo adwuma ama oyire ani agye ho pa. Sanso no ba nso ukunu basa no a uhia tremendous na wanom tremendous capsules eno so bebo ba 2 day pua ene enkabone aswa yo basma ohu atwa na ukunu so ba ntia nani agye afi de emi wooster ne de Kingdom Garlic Bitters and as a Kingdom Garlic Capsules bebo boost immune system no na ama immune system no so anya hoden watimi aye wadwuma etimi Medo Ghana na yede ebrewi ochina anopa no nso pepepe na ye frase to aba akosi anwumre no num na fe frase kenkan na hwenya obedi nkunum kingdom ya boa ye ho ye ne enwanu mu nyina ochina anopa no nsia pepepe na ya tenase na ya start etuamu akosi se electoral commission bebo kran no aka se na wayi ne se wadi mampani na mra se bedwafo de aba ye wi ani ye ye send dimu appointment beba na ne yede nyina no transition ni nyina so ye dimu a na ye dimu nkyeremu nyina so na ye de abonti adwuma de ye obi ye na doc no mo ha ye ni omo an be ye eti for so ye re mo so na ye enti mo ko Facebook so mfa messages ni bra na ye kenkan fama mo mpanifo afem pese ye hwe ni sei na ye ma tie fon so ebe mu ebi ade ba ko am pese ye hwe eye ade na Ghana for hwe de to aba ade na ye hwe ade akoto aba afi na fi ewi a na ya hwe the regions and the dynamics a ewo mu no na fi ya pick na krakra so ye ndi kan enfa ability a wa ehwe say political science mo na mo political mo kire amanyosem ade na Ghana for ye hwe ye ta hwe ede to aba na wo hwe a ade na ye be hwe to aba afi
oh Medo say with near Ghana for ehwe ede to aba if Arabia
you say videos small videos back from Tamale enti monfa bi to doc kasa nyina na mo de bi to enti amanfo ani a abre some of the polling stations were Tamale Central mo hwe se ebinum sa na dwi afi kra na sabo 911 so ebinum adikan polling station a omo ko gina se omo ko twen ochina no matter but doc patumi yenti Mr. Amano into
era biane anase period biane issues are ye gina so edit aba but ye me pesa me kwachire too much ye hwe fourth Republican policy especially after 2016 elections up to 2020 NCC for conduct research now our research no kire say education one of the first 5 issues. Employment, another. Agriculture, and we see a share education. And in the campaign also of the NDC, the MPP, also education has been a major issue. Promising free, all those things. Education has been a major thing. Another thing, employment issues. One of the factors are ye de share voters share decide near obeto aba ediamano enunti say wo share going into election 2020 year obviously education is one of the factors are voters share nim say o chema nyame yadomo a obeto aba based on either near another KWAKU is essentially the sitting president I can say obey any who say why now the NDC so on also am promise on also voters will look at ni on also say obey no so ejina so ediatoaba so education obviously it is a hottest issue determining how we vote and the second most important issue to voters employment issues with employment there were many young people omu school aban no ekreti napco omu nye juma ye recruitment of nurses our pass out omu recruit bi teacher for recruitment koso inti we no emabu no gina so de to aba omawofo egina so me ba no enya juma de a me to aba and against the NDC's promise of creating more jobs, of industrialization, of technical education, almost per se, maintaining mama billions on the Juma. So these are the current issues driving voters to the polls tomorrow. Education is number 1, employment is number 2, and another key issue is healthcare and health delivery. 2016
made me a say 2 major issues, critical economy and corruption. Oh, boss, you are more so. Any factors are so much to be considered in this election.
Corruption, and not yet in almost every election, corruption plays a role. senior Mampeninda da Kufoka, and corruption is as old as Adam. Corruption near never, and it will never get totally out of our body politic. Now, so see share the current issues driving voters to the polls tomorrow. Corruption is one of the issues they consider. And I think with this particular government, issues of corruption, I think that also the opposition party did not take advantage. Second, bohonum, now so almost me on bohonum too much. Almost shashes on bohonum and wrong easy buy and also no apologies and also I water down the points and corruption is an issue, but how well have they been able to sell the corruption, the perceived corruption or the corruption in the government, and how well the MPP too has been able to go back to bring out the issues of corruption. And then no one shall because MPP with corruption, no, because they almost target candidate Mahama with corruption so much that even now, 4 years out of power, we are still told issues of corruption concerning President Mahama. And I think that the MPP have been able to hammer much more on the corruption issue more than the NDG.
Okay, Mr. Dr. Amano, Mr. Amano Namotin Nkano, a senior political science lecturer, University of Education, Winneba. May call Dr. Yamoa. Dr. Yamoa, a dear Nagana for the Twaba, a fear by ye cotuno, a year to no chain, a dear na yebeshe, a dear Twabafi.
That's it. I'm saying an interesting question. You were dear, your Hesso Twaba, and you were the Winniaba, winning election. Okay, you were near Hesso the Twaba. And you won't win about one you may play Emma will be winning about you room. So it's immediately Casana may jot to be true. She a bambia once I make us say in fear and be a quiet cheap. Then we go through the input media, stakeholders, civil society, political parties. All of us go through the process, and then after election, we enter into the corridors of governance. So what must say? And you do governance, and not just say, yeah, to also up in puntu and answer intervention, whatever comes. Ne do samre na, the fundamental issues were a campaign or muntimin but they are doing it. And then I'm a person what I say. Or more can or man, but they are doing it.
I know you for the ruling party and I said the opposition party now. Okay.
Me person, yeah, me person man 40 years because some of the far politics in here, you know, are not technicalities.
Okay.
And here, my muti na
one coffee more.
Obatra.
Okay.
So the doctor can say. And you may be no health near that. That is primary objective or primary goal of every government on earth. A bambia will take you over. And no ya dear and nuntina obaye. I mean, can say, I aresa. And what you mean, Tina, and Mumasuantina obaye. Numa a quaintina obaye. Name say, oh, yes, I knew your man. And you was said, no. What me yen year na nyansun sanso e wodi obire no fe na economy so enti se obahwe party me nu na economy mu no obi anka economy let's be honest.
In fact, economy out of this particular election.
And I make say obahwa me yade a me share ade I don't look at things on the surface, I look at the things on the courses o man kan mo doji ye edi entra. If we say 2016 said the net no any summary said the net no the ruling government is very smart, very very smart. They are able to make it in a way say you call too much and also by another dimension and they block it, and that is why they were re-echoing what my brother said, the corruption things.
And in fact corruption corruption came into the scene when Japan came.
Well, they were,
you know, you said they were good at that. They were also blocked that
very
one.
Clever. MPP did clever work. na ene eye few minutes unim say dem kasa won say my din kakra eye few hours to the election ti na me kura ma no ye no na ensem wo ho they are very good
look ensem wo ho they are kanin ko
hwe bi so me dey poo a enti unim sa primary objective of every government eno na normally amanfo etimi ediye campaign no mo hwe so de koto aba but the winning no enye sa anoma no the winning election amanfo ye maame ne papa mo kora ate wo mo dem a wo no mo ne tawa wote ne nkwankwa ni asa won kan kire wo won ko school no wafa ne ho adwen ye economy
eno ne economy
I am telling you the truth. Short term economy,
long term, medium to
no, the two. Short, long term. Sadly way, and no any winning election. Now me try number 2. Policy shift. Yeah, mama, no office or money answer. They know. Or what me who say, and Crawford no. President Mahama, former president, any president Nanado. Or me no abayano 4 no. Why in a mouth they defend the policy shift? But politicians don't get it. This is what they are looking. I say free HS or bia can want them. Bedroom maybe cry say President Mahama say on the start a crowd na asieno mmerwane ko omu ko nsuo omu tidwase no omu kasafa ho we see we understand na utie bi mu comment ya obeka say we professor. How did they understand? Because omu timi hu say this is a policy shift from the normal things, it stood out. Emma, the leadership, exactly. President Kofoba, President Rawlings at time, he also had a policy shift. So, but once you get it, how you manage it, because policy has phases. Intervention the impact I always say to everyone say it's after 3 years
and
impact after 3 years, sometimes even it travels up to 5 years, and then how you are able to manage the impact by going 2 forward, 2 backwards, 2 forward. That is in terms of evaluation. Now we're feeding into diagnosis so that you can learn and use the learning process to correct the whole thing. And when the man double track a bar on the line of that free HS. What you was here? Into a bar, na I was say or mutimi public no say that here. But politician on one country though, he will still go to the engine room and try his best to obey them. Solve. Enti policy shifts. And mama free HS and also sabe to because MPP had a policy shift. Number 2, scandals. Is it 3 or 2? Scandals. Enti sobesha omunya correctly. 2016 MPP had the scandals correct. And they were able to destabilize NDC and they took the power from them. That is how it works. But this time, when the scandals came, because of the death of former President Rawlings, it took almost a week or 2 from them. Until they held on to the scandal. And it's after that, almost a week to the election, and no more releasing scandals. I was expecting it. So I said, I'm expecting scandal. I'm expecting scandal. It is part of the game. That is the beauty of the game when you are going to election.
You are talking about strategy because look, say over 2016 now, Bugri na bu that scandal here.
Yes.
Is it say MPP was able to do it better than NDC 4 years now?
And I say scandals, no, MPP did it well. NDC could not handle it well. Currently, time or scandals, no, it outlived its purpose.
Okay.
And this running it outlived its purpose.
And then Mr. Manu raised the issue about the donation and the content, finding it some of them very insulting. So, Basa, the middle class and find it difficult to absorb because as information here full of the content.
So when we say scandal no buy, another one buy. They buy, you know, they did not sit down. I know for sure they have to go back and work. Whatever it takes for you to deflate, the word is deflate the balloon, you must do it. And they did it. And after you know, idea was a beye jumano, asama ayehi. Are you getting the point? So scandal win election. And they know. That is why all of them never talk about the economy. Charisma. You could see, say, a Drew Rebino. I told you right from the submission, say, President Nanado had the charisma back. And it was working with whatever strategy that came round two. So what must say? But I don't know whether President Mahama chose to manage that charisma because he was still on that quiet mood. But his words were a bit biting. His words were like a war. So what you say? But that charisma was really off. That quietness. And then MPP candidate also had the charisma back. And we have to charisma of the challenger and the charisma of the incumbent. This is what secretly, because it's a war, it's a weapon. The other one, security. So who say a drum rebino na insecurity kakra. But somewhere along the line too, it went down. It went down. What happened? To me, it is not every insecurity that you give to opposition. I know what I'm talking about. Also, it's a game. We do it all over. It is not. And if a ruling government tell you they will bring sanity in the system within 24 hours, they can do it. This is Africa. Are you understanding me?
Me too, pa.
This is Africa. It happens. Zimbabwe, South Africa, all over. When you do research and you get to understand how it works, it's beautiful. A game. And that is how a winning election. And then another one too, what we call leadership. So what you say? How you are able to, you see, how you are able to lead the country, at the same time lead your party to victory. And then the challenge among most of African leaders now are more resorted to intimidation, barbaric ways of things, you know, because on Timi Musu leadership.
On Timi and separate to me as a political leader and then the leader of the nation.
Great. And also leadership is about people and people's happiness. That is the core of leadership. If you lead and people are not happy, then it means it gives you signal you are a bad leader. When you stand somewhere and people who come to listen to your campaign, they are not happy, you are a bad leader. So leadership plays a role in terms of how to win election. But yehano, if you say ye pour sika, etwa emawa na but pouring money on something that is damage is not the ultimate solution. You are not solving the whole thing.
Okay. Abusia, Dr. Isaac Yamwa, a governance expert, and a mote Ninkana, Mr. Te Amano, and so a senior political science lecturer, University of Education, Winneba, and a Minumasi in Kunya, and then you and a ED and Kumo. And in fact, analysis I may no Doc Afa Mihokakra, say over this election. And you see, in our economy, no, yeah, because COVID-19 government, no, now will make a lot of inroads about economy. But unfortunately, COVID-19 be resist economic growth average of 17%. Then it's gone. So economy no hold the year we be no argument be and it was one of the pillars MPP anytime on Bemi so because a problem and then economic intelligence unit be country say they are better managers of Ghana's economy than compared to NDC. But then what the economy no can't say more. Because COVID about the whole world economy no at soon. And see doc, oh dear, many na MLT for me remember na kakrebi. Doc, Mr. Manon, on our year politics, regions no. Anytime a political party you be winning Greater Accra, or be winning Central, be winning. I'm say be the then Bronga half region piano. We need national election, and me study dynamics no. Winning 2 terms. 96, 92 they are in time frank. All these regions, with the exception of I think Bron half region. 96 NDC winning 2000, 2004 MPP winning 2012, 2008, 2012 NDC winning. Then 2016 MPP Sanso ever be winning. So this year called this particular election, how do you see these regions behaving?
Well, for Greater Accra, in fact, for this particular elections, dynamics be abekam, and the percentage of first-time voters abekam, is significant, and for that percentage, the age bracket, they are very young, only between 18 and around 20.
In fact, between 18 and 35, 55% of the total registered voters.
Good. They are only in Nepal. Some are beneficiaries of free education. Ebimo they are in investees. Ebimo ha omo yensan. So omo in fact the active force. We look at the percentage of increment now, is significant. And that can change the fortunes of any political party in terms of elections. So, you share Greater Accra region. A percentage increment also. For Greater Accra region is quite an interesting region in that.
About the Greater Accra kita 1,940,380 of Sa youth now working between 18 and then 35. Greater Accra kita Mone doors Greater Accra kita 1,940,380. Ejama 55%.
And for Greater Accra region, for Central region, for Brong-Ahafo region, if you ask, and based on studies that have been conducted, whether those studies have been discredited or whatever, they have been research that almost opinion polls, findings about out. It points to the direction of the MPP. That the MPP is likely, because the opinion polls. Okay, sorry, as a MPP, omuna likely say a beer, a year abana a beto ewo infinity mantem ewo in crime. Ene bonone ahafo
na bono east
holomono ebetimi akọ ediama abanya hotel jamisi abetimi akọ ama the MPP, and much of this as a result of social intervention. The social intervention policies are, I say, policy abino dia ba boa yen any asitinem ye dada sitinem say ye share insio yebuni free. You share light bill yate so ebimu almost free for them. Say you share health insurance in Kenya kakretumi bemu planting for food and jobs. Na udi komwa obika say for the past 2-3 years no body enko out of season. Edubri bi body to me ko ama body betem back on emnebo. Now so beka say for some 2-3 years now no body all the time we could do these are the things I Ghana for air, and I don't think that there'll be much of a difference in terms of winning these regions based on the studies and I say I've been for being journalist, senior journalist being so I trust MPP or share about one or move to me and winning sa mantema or yabubosi. So okay. I think it will fall to the MPP again.
Okay. Look, the dynamics regions, the swing regions, how do you see them behaving this year?
What are they swings?
Oh, Greater Accra region, Central region, the then Brong-Ahafo region, and now Bono East Ahafo region, and sometimes and so. But these are the three major ones. Our multi swinging for anytime a party we win all these regions biano we need the national elections.
Matthias, but to be honest, this election is different.
This particular one
is different.
Then the money is different.
Now what you need to say, na me can on radio no so na me ne unua no discuss. Yenye election, the perceived stronghold of the ruling government are open, Sada, Ashanti region.
I open.
And being seen that it is open.
Okasa open it saying
one, yemfa a kwanya emra kwanso a yede ema obia ebeton na de. First no na omuntimi nya saa kwan because obia obeduru ho no opposition na nipa 5 and 9 bi na abegina dua CTO. So as you say ya no enye saa bio enye nipa 9 enu. If you say dynamics bi ebaye. So on say CTO. Me kai se mra former president eko jina otumfu anim kan se nana mayewe se wo de wasonto foma na okọ eho eba utimi hu se it left them in a state of confusion. Se obekọ so aware wo yere ana se obehwe no wape empena duane adi because wo yere ma waduane ni wo hu se ne sitie no enti emma opposition na neji ho na ade a medi hu se de American ye no kora ne se president ko ho be mpre nan opposition leader enso ko ho mpre nan eni akire wo se obi hu se gold she ho. So that is a fantastic place. Let me feel quickly. Central region bia yehu all over the years say omu decide say omu ne NDC ko omu ne ko ne yie. Omu decide say omu ne MPP ko omu ne ko ne yie. Enti yehu say DSC abada ye twa mu nansen ya no. Omu ne MPP di ne yie. Enti wo fi so opposition obetena ho se saa fa ne saa se de woye no. Enti me kan sister central region de o win no obe win ni yie de o lusu no obe lusu di yie. Greater Accra ha eye baabi aban wo the seat of government na most of time no enioma bi obi wo tamale onfa na ni hu no aha wo de na ni hu o ton doctrine hwan a otimi hu se convoy twam o de na ni hu physically se minua Dawuro minister we on na gina hoyi ensam so a ye kan wa ha no apart from radio so ni TV so no a wonya bitentem no age se radio so ana se bibi ansa na obi ahwe no enti ha sei no enso ye baabi a ebe pulu the more can surprises and their mind it will be somehow enko back for side but ahano me kasi so say ruling government enhwe ye wa Accra
kita Accra
so what must say but to fa sunya ho a ho no because of entichemu aba no demographic no entichemu aba entichemu na ba ye no kwa no automatically our presidents were battled so what you say enti eno so ya de a you cannot say baby nya 16 na ba ye no 2016 enti ono no de ebia yemfa tu nka ho obenya 32 anaso obenya say because there was something set in motion started a year juma fa nipa mu emotionally and all that you can think of. And this election is going to pull a surprise.
Okay.
This election is going to pull a surprise.
But what can one can vote a region? And the Juma obi say amewu voter region. And Professor can say NPP vote in the voter region they appreciate this time around.
I will not dispute.
Okay.
But 1 minute. But I was so who say there's something going on in voter region. Me no, I am a queen a code in the form of a cold war. The ecoson because of the almost 30 year, ye betty home, ye be say, and also soon the call or say was a bone nipa de property ho bind yem for security nko enti wo decide no ko ha ne ono won te ase no office wo tan no enti na wo decide ma no aba hodom enti obeka kire ne ho we say enti so wo sha MPP omu the nature of it no omu so sabe omu dwene omu yamanyoko omu so ye omu use one strategy ye use ho na yen fanya ye nioma na ye modwa kese na yen kire omu se mo rage no ya bedu wote ase pa enti ehodom no eya ade a NDC so akwatire because enipa na omu ye ne se de omu si ye omu nioma no it really had something there enti omu so be kwatire no omu so akohwehwe fidie na mosum ni nyina wonse me twa adwen fi say amanyofo no the political environment is their farm eho ye omu afuom eho no mu yi omu DAWURO usum fidie no adwane sa neoma ne ade no it is sometimes no don't have sympathy for politicians what did they make no don't have sympathy for them mean I look at the issues and how it's going to unfold for Ghana to benefit in terms of service delivery. All that they are doing, the election that we are going to go through, at the end of everything, the processes, which is the input section, we're going to enter the section of governance where service delivery is the key.
Look, Doctor, you met here for them. My analysis in a minute. Why not be winning this election?
Hey, DAWURO, would you any beside me? Ukuada no make us menka. If you say,
oh, so we who quoted the name, we could be crowded. Yeah, almost sorry, ya penny a cotton to the catcher and uncle.
A bigger influence. Yen Janisa.
In Janisa.
Yen Janisa.
Mr. Mano, why not be winning a baton? Or China here to why not be dinkum?
Or China, the electorates will decide.
It's money more. Money more no be due, Sumunka. Okay, and there's an idea. Constituency ben na wo hwe wani wo hopa wo fo say a very interesting constituency.
Oh, in fact one constituency that media chi kakra I think Bekwai. Yes.
Joe say usuo.
Yeah.
Ono lawyer mofana.
Yeah. The independent out of the MPP and MPP stronghold MPP now omuna candidates no or parliament the dynamics no it will be very interesting because president akoho akuchia hemfo vice akoho we chiro say hono no omo ankasa MPP na ankasa no omo sense say there could be something and abaya or second term you wouldn't want to lose some some strategic constituencies and I think a one constituency that is of interest to me and in fact MPP they are watching almost say a day BC it's say almost it not serve them well at all. All right. That is one concern to look at.
Dr. Yamwa constituency ben na when do actually wo ye interested say wo hwe ni BC wo
if say me who do we do want to go into
in fact no na me do
oh hobby oh
yes no na me hobby it see hobby I see o
many I say me ye fetire it win every researcher looks for a data or information and on the face of the information analyze and me BBC let's say it calls for some investigation I want me no until me interested I will do His Excellency Kasano, maybe out of excitement, because speeches a course was something to code that victory has come. Osha President Kufuor dear, Osha Second Lady dear, First Lady dear, Honorable Japan dear, the Omoka Senya. But when the President was talking, as I didn't see so be antoma ni lante. Anyway, saying something I refuse be out of excitement.
Say, but the back popular saying back on. It's the popular NDP president. I don't know.
It's no, back when Mama interested to see what will happen.
Say, be impact be
yes. Number two, the Messiah interest of a person who the best say President Emma ne fana, or see we hear all the political parties. Omo mekano Ni kunim na mema Ghana nkonenim. And that call is the reason why I'm interested in Ododio, what will happen. These two.
Mate.
I wish them well, and I wish all the parties well. But at the end of the day, DAWURO, young country politicians, and they say input session in media will be a civil society, NGO, wherever will be our monitor, say a bit maybe as near their go through. They deliver service to the citizens. Said they on the authority side and the citizen side. No, almost as so anymore. Sebe. Die obronia ye ne kru ma ye omofeno.
Omunyebi.
Omobetimi yes omobetimi aye. They can do it. When you understand what goes behind the normal politics we see, when you have the chance to know as a researcher, and that is why I'm speaking the way I'm speaking, they can do it. Not because they cannot do it. They can do it. They should do it for our mothers. They should do it for our brothers, our sisters. Because Oma Babrate.
Look, me know ya adwen kire say. Obi akra na anwen ho da say e biribi beba e bebu nsu ni akase ntu aka omemu na kire say mbetimi aye.
They can do it. Yeah? Said desert has been transformed to New York. Next all these things we can do it. Please, politicians, do it for us. Our mothers, our brothers, our sisters, they are suffering.
Okay. Doc, me da say yanko ahoma so na tie for emremu na tie for na start frefred da jamunti na ya se breye 0302549929 0302 547200 na bremu na ini enkomo oba hu se ya time no ko nti ena nyentu ato bebre agya ni mo memo ajo agya ni mo ka se fi of anko be ya memo ajo hello
DAWURO
agya ni mo pa cho minti o
me chia memo ajo me chia DAWURO
majo so opani
hello agya ni mo ni o me dem
agya ni mo dem ma minti o
Mabo juma makasa papa. Where and then last one they say kwada mbanza adia cherry aye kwa kotu abano. Na say I decider. Say onu wa tell again. Yes you tell me kwa tell again. And the American you say yeah politics ayi ni ya ye bi akasa pa. Na wo tell na be chat wa kwa be last kura. And you tell am fa sumgie.
Okay, again mo me da say oba me pacho yini brent why wasam ni tiawa na fe wadwum the volume of your radio and our TV no na wama yeni wanya nkitahudi a emuda ho. Good evening.
Yeah, hello.
Good evening. Pacho frost na ka fin fam.
Pacho Paul atenga ne me ka se bisunyane.
Paul ma min tiwe.
Oh, DAWURO me da se pa Dr. Yamoa, in fact, he has really shown that he's a doctor. In fact, he has throughout this, he's never biased. He's been neutral. But I want to say one of his colleagues, what do you call it? Panel, in fact, he's been biased.
Oba, and you're not missing Becca. You didn't come over for adwin chire bra. Now, obi akabibi na na nya adwan so fa wo adwen kire bra man ka se empanifo na ato from no na obe ka mo ho asem ana bibi sei commando wo tachi ma me majo commando timi kan
ba ja me ti kan
okay pacho ma no skakra na minti o
5 in the boss mun pom to say
pacho ye ho ye pa ma minti o
me ti me mamo ma pa mo ye analysis and panifon ye no o nice pa ba kina enya me pa wo bisa say when na be win sa elections we no panifon anti-man kire ba me kire ma adwen do be win 2 game afa
all right
because they tend to say
okay Abena ewo mankasim Abena good evening.
Good evening.
Abena pacho ma mintiwe.
Mo ne Juma Dr. Yamoa. I ma follow ne sa. He was going to give prediction on who is going to win. Ya shene ni mo sa wa farmer ye something.
Oh, Asha doctor ni musa.
Oh, doctor who is the dia me radio who said doctor e ka bibi. Ba nyambo china. Ne be ko ne yakotu ya ba.
Abra enketi e bia doctor be cancer na ya sorry.
Doctor on come because 2 weeks. I feel the she ni ma 1 week time and a mobile keep. Enti Wednesday is wanka no say weekend I feel the anticipation. Enti pa doctor chopa onka ni hu na etu.
Okay, abena me da say KBB wo bunu iske mpacho ma minti we.
Oh ye.
Nyame adom me ho ye.
Yeah, me da say one boom with the do abana boom.
Me da boom.
No kre. Do me de maka akra no say mpaebo na me bo say humboni bi e be firi ekwayem abeti bayra homa ma bayra mbak akase de nyankopon empamna mfiri o mane ye kami ma min kabi enye totin na me momu die dawro wusimi nche me ma adwene a me die me kase JM ebede ebe fa number 2 because they tell me kasa no we nsusuya ewo infrastructure mo a otimi hunu we nsusuya ewo ahodin mo a otimi hunu ti afa ma ahodin wura na wonya adwuma ema oman no.
Okay. Okay, me da se mi chia eye bono east fo nyina na na bi ewo so hum na na bi good evening.
Good evening.
Eba cho ma mi tie we.
Yo. Nyame me ho ne say MPP was strong winning no or we are strong wo hono. Na be ba kwan how wo ma tini anye wo mo nya advantage na wo mo tani anye position na wo mo da no. Bla wo mo da position now we can say number 1 all the time wo mo bo number 1 no. Nia na ke ta to microphone team ni say wo mo ni block na chi wo mo da first and be ton papa ma wo now so all the time no wo kan number 1 na kan ye better first na first yi de let's just say ye win ewie nyakopon na odi ma ye na odi o si ye nkoda ho na so no wo ma yi
and so can say message a omo ebetimi aton. Good evening next caller.
Good evening.
But your first and Algina Henry.
Hello.
But your first and Algina Henry.
From Frank because if talk about it.
Okay, Frank and Patakrade. Mami 2 minutes.
In TCC I know you're from Frank because if talk about it. MPP ni NDC. Senior UK. And when you're down more MPP ni NDC we move almost 28 years. Sir, and when your resources for the achabuni. Inti still mo pese etu abamumamu. Next mo fully yen. Masa gum, I feel the better one gum. MPP na NDC wo mbe free so.
All right, me da say solo ewo yeji. Solo good evening.
Me pato mo kasama ma sama na me depa. Be dia be paka ni say what na ekoko to aba wo so wiem. Ye be to ba na wiere na number 2. Ye mafa.
Okay.
Solo
yenso yedas papa 0302549929 0302547200. Shadrack Memajo. Shadrack, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Me pacho bre radio na TV na sena team wo phone me. Oh, Shadrack ko free fin fa.
Ifefi aguna fama.
Okay, Shadrack ma minti we.
So kakra am so me kan say me free aguna fama. Me so me beka me kira ma kakra me kan say me he ni akoria ban God be happy.
Okay, say wahoma no eni emwa na Ecclesiastes good evening.
Good evening.
Na ujina he anwumre.
O Dawuro medin de Ecclesiastes dodo na afre me honorable kai anasa kwabra pa me kase free man kasi.
Mami ti oja.
Yo in fact umpenifo na kasa papa ma tro say omo ye mpenifo na omo ye good analyze. In fact the omama nyina eja that say abade de number 2 JM afa nemo no masura say o my Ghana ya somdwe no ya nton na ya zan ko prebiem yɛntɔn yɛnsa nkɔpere aban yɛmfa asomdwoeɛ nto na asomdwoeɛ nyɛ ɔman kɔnkɔn Ghana deɛ na me ne wo dawuro yɛnkɔ so ntie kingdom da biara nyame nhyira m
nyame nhyira wo nso prosper wo 30 man prosper maajo okay I'm say prosper wɔ hɔ I'm say prosper homa no ate nti wante yenka ebefa a few calls na yɛde see good evening.
Good evening.
But your frost and akasa fin fam.
What's my dad Moses and Kwanda.
All right, mami tio. But your mitio.
Afakra number 2. Number 2 afakra.
Okay. May I say yemfa neutral na yemfa see good evening. But your frost and akasa fin fam. What you mean kana? Okay, say one thing ka monfa ba komre na yemfa ensi na ene mpanifo no monitofa na yenko. Okay, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
But your frost and akasa fin fam.
The frame Grace, my prayer for powers.
Okay, mami tio. Mami tio minia.
But number 1 and echo because I do my panel or you know, only a person for me.
Okay, all right, may I say, and she had the best see her say, ya tese sister course, wo a year 440, wo nkoko, baby a kingdom nkoko wono. So ton ice king na said ya we bio TV ni mu a just say mo atwa ho ahia no ya temon kra and sister course enumere etia na yeda asese onso wabie mu a onso mo hwe yeda masepa baby a mo hwe bia yeda mase enti ebre no anya wiedu na ye kwako home ne aba menim se yenso ye de buo kwako salan baby ye beto aba no se ye kope galo obi de akosi ho ne nyina no ibehu ne ye be enti mpanefo ye de agrona aba na wie na opaniwa semu twa to sema ba ko ne fe yempon
me da say Ghana for senior mampanyin kan ye no ye wo abakosema e kire se yen de abato a ye de sesa aban no anase ye de ema aban tena so no enye ade foforo e de mayen e yade a abeka yesu ne aban ho eno nti nyankopon ya domo a ade chena se ye koto aba somdwe mu woto abawi a yenko fie yenko tie radio kingdom yenhwe kingdom TV na yen monitor ebe yi a tena fie monitor covid-19 so na abayi nti stay home stay ne yen protect ye ho na abato no ba yen panyimfo se ne beko bia no ombegya atum enye menne wo a yedi achi na ebe gidigidi bi na sesa bibi so yenhwe oman no daache ye man ye nananom no yenhwe daache a ewo homom ne ye to aba na ye to aba no with all excitement yenye nia efata se ne be ya basapasa ye bia ensi Ghana memu we are noted for peace and peaceful people we are in Ghana
nyame ensra Ghana doc ene mesama no de omuntimi kura nka se omunyintum omboa wa belusu bi ontimi nka se onyintum o man se nya wodia doc bato ye wie yempon na
yo say meda wose ene watiefo nyina se yenso ya bekyere ni ma omo so etimeti asopem na anim dawuro sima wode amame no mepese Ghana fo nyina mote ase se obroni bebusa se why are we going for election DNT na ye call election se oman no ye hyase afiri baabi ne asa atoa so a mfie na yakoduru baabi eye nhyehyeye na tete na ekoakon esisi no yenya ye de atwam abrotire for Europe say around 1648 and omontokwa ema omo nation ye bef just ye wo omo yen yawo ye dada ye sovereign nation na sane ye be fa mrakwan so ene obroni kan se procedure na nkokwa te say we den kefata no we den kese do enu nti ene ye koto aba na ye de authority ahye wo monsa na omo timi aba bedi yanim na omo de institution na ye de hye wo monsa no omo de abo citizen ho ban security omo de ama yen service delivery water omo de ama yen health baby ya resabia any teacher nurse for any doctors for send ye be train wo mo ye betete wo mo no mama ye kwan papa ufiri he kop boko ufiri he ko elibo ufiri he ko aflawo ufiri he ko kumase baby obeko bia wo se wo ye citizen wo da kwan eye no mo betimi aso economy nim na ye dwadi a ye di ni wo ye mfichire ye dwaso ene wo mo kwa ama no ne eba ni nyina no wo se sansese no etimi koyi edemaye enti se politician chen wanadui onda DAWURO kura ka se politician ni bi ba ko sha asase ase ne ne se onda na o chen wa bana na ke se huhia pa samre na wanya sa tumi no eye bottom up o mu nyina chen yen se ye bedeba mo back enti samre ya wotena wo dwene ho de akoto no kokoto ne yie na hwe nia obetima ma wo kwan aye yie ni obetima ma wa yaresa ane wa pomudin aye yie de obetima ma sabi wa no nsakwa wa no de obetima ma oba school ko aye yie de obetima ba ho ban de obetimi ahwe se wankasa wo ye nipadua individual no ubenya what we call human scale development entity ye kwan so se na be ya be ma daate no wonso wote wa hu se ba bia nyankopon de wofunu ma esi wo Ghana no wonso osombo e ma ne mpa ho efi se otine twam na wo ye keka ba ne bom ne kodi politician ne nsem a enfie nan ma me hu nanim enti mesrew koto papa na asomdwie mra utu wi a entokwa bi eni ko fie asomdwie ofra se ko ye bibia menko ta o masem o mo ne to aba asomdwie Ghana peace yenko forward
dog me da say that ochina one constituency wo hono mu a omonto parliamentary ombeto presidential nko a from a statement from Electoral Commission say the Guan constituency ye create Guan district be me create the Guan constituency in the Uti region and nti ombeto presidential e wo buem constituency because Guan district in the Guan constituency no e pending so Electoral Commission statement or the ebaye and so Guan for wo Uti region ochina mobeto presidential nko amuntu parliamentary Transfer channel pa any Electoral Commission for bidding komo e bepe more information on this particular matter no na yetimi e discuss nti ni doctor kanom eno aro no entokwa bi ani ho ye ne sojafo yi aya adweno mo de warning aba ya na ya tutu dia mom so mo fa mo e ho ban enti se din kwase asem a sebe etu TV so de ni radio so omo adi tuo no bebo e ho ban ti we one ya na etotu na mo ne akode no so mo mfa mo man ho ban omo so mo politician bia ho ban bebo man ho ban enti wo so na wo kokono ye fro na ye se wo koto ba wi amen kotena police station ho no wa wasem so koye adwuma na obedi ti de ja adwuma na kotena police station ho etutie gas na etutu no a politician no ko TV etimu no road glass no ko no eja ho na makunkum ho omu wi a NDC for ho aban mu no mo MPP for penifo bi e o manafo mo contract MPP for so ba yi so mo na for NDC for no bi so mo bi omu no ma na chedi
and that is true
enti mo ase no mo hwem ho yie eni ediga manwumre yi ochena na ye kwa akoto aba na aba ne de e wo nsem ti wa bi abeto akode e wo no nyankopon asem sani omkrofo to special vote ni twitwa begu social media so no munyai enye secret ballot okoto a twihye ho na to no din no bedini no bewini ni no bewulusu no ntimi nka so nyintum obo akra olusu ana yi be se lewe be se worry ori a worry nti ori a worry ene wo ma no abusa me din de KWAKU DAWURO ye panifo e ba ye do mo ase Kofin Kansa na support production efi ye crew na wo ye Kingdom TV ni nyina so ebo echi do mo china no pa no nsia na ya tena se ewo ye Ghana Election Center so nti ende ye stations ni nyina the whole Ghana any Kingdom TV ye ka bomu ye reporters aye krado muhu sa na dwi kra no omodi videos na start ba so grounds wo de my crowd to channel pass nunsia kan ni akaja tum ye beko ba bia e information ni na de aba enti wonso ye de nyame gyaw na bo ho ban document maso obi bisa o se wo da no anadwo na be soro no obi di ink account on secretary send akoto aba obeye de Odo da we so no be the indelible accounts ano. Into as a what to about the do odu police be kan so what to crime e ma on to.
Onru won temansa na ye bie.
Azani ye bie.
Omo be tina to.
Awusia enti ye de mu asi ha sei. Nyame kan nyina ho. Ghana ibeto abeya wie asan tena so bie mu bie. Bibia ni ho no mu ebesi. Bibia nsi. Nyame hwe nyina so. Yakra mu nyina.
Kingdom Plus 101.9. Kingdom TV, can you imagine?